All right, welcome back to the channel. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. Let's talk this boxing today, man. Great weekend of fights. What's happening to my man, Chill? What's going on, Chillville? Say good morning, Team Crawford. Hit that like button. All right, man. You feeling good, huh, Chillville? Yeah, Chillville. T Hands in the building. What's going on, man? Freddie Jimenez, what's going on, sir? Gilbert Jimenez, what's going on, man? The Jimenez brothers, what's happened to family? He said, I really think Bud is scared. Nah, he ain't. Hey, we're going to see, man. Faith to Live by Samuel Nathan Jr. What's going on, brother? Yeah, he did. Mike Gordon in the building. What's happening with you, man? Mike Cardenas, Ray Wallace. Faith to Live by a Sing in the building. What's going on, man? Boots Ennis, hey man, I don't believe you, dude. I'm not doing any type of silliness with y'all this morning, man. If you don't come with your real name or something real, I can't respond to that, man. Ray Wallace in the building, what's going on? Mr. M Pride, what's going on, man? What's going on? My man, Faith to Live by again, and let me say I say what's up to everybody. My man Slim Hassan in the building. What's going on? Chillville, Jaguar Black, Mr. De La Cruz, Native Black Faculty Conversations, Al Money in the building, Cookie Monster, Dwayne Kane Sr. What's happening? Ringside with LCD in the building. What's going on, man? Yeah, so what's good for Great fight on a great fight card this weekend. It was absolutely fantastic. I love that last fight. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I tried to do a live stream. I couldn't do it. What do I think about Rayo Valenez first round KO? Nothing. I don't really put a lot of Mr. De La Cruz. I don't put a lot of weight into knockouts like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I think he winged for one and it landed. You know, I got to see more, man. I got to see more than that. You know what I mean? Ryan beats Cruz. Huh? I don't know, man. I think so. Hey, Fanon, you don't have a day off. You're 7 days. Hey, say Fanon, you don't have a day off. You're 7 days a week. Life is 7 days a week, man. Life is 7 days a week, man. I don't work at IBM. Shoot, I have been self-employed for a very long time. That means you have a 7-day work week. Anyway, but I'm a bit of a workaholic, man. But yeah, man, pretty much I go all the time, man. This reminder where YouTube is whack, yeah, it is, man. You know what it is, though. You know what it is. What's Rudy B More in the building, man? And what it do? What it do with you? I'm good, man. I can't complain. We're gonna get into these cards. We're gonna get into the fights that took place this weekend. All of that good stuff. All that stuff this good morning. We can go through the zone card really, really fast. Not complicated. Conor Ben. Well, let me say first of all. Alyssa, let me start with what's going on, Caesar TMG. Let me start off with Alyssa Bumgardner looking absolutely fantastic in her fight. Bit of a pot shotter for me. However, absolutely fantastic. Looked fantastic in that fight. I got to tell you, absolutely looked fantastic in that fight. Really, really enjoy watching her fight. She's an exceptional athlete. She gets hit going out too much to me. But those girls don't really have a ton of power. So unless she's going to fight somebody that really has a lot of, they can really crack, I don't think that's going to be much of a problem with her. And she'll probably be a little bit more defensively responsible against people that are they're going to come out like that. He said, Michigan girl, come off and out. I mean, I'm telling you, she looked good to me. She just get cracked a little bit. She just got to hold her hands a little bit low, more consistent. I know it's on purpose. My man Larry Gonzalez says Spence going to spark Bud. Hey man, he's going to beat her. Look, that's going to be a hell of a fight. We're gonna wait till a few more people get in the building, man, until we do that, until we get on that one. But anyway, yeah, man. So she looked real good to me, man. She looked real good. And then there was that Connor, what's his name? Hatton. What's her name? What's the Hatton kid's name? It's not Connor Hatton. It's something Hatton. Ricky Hatton's son. I can't remember what his name is. He looked like, a small version of Conor Ben. Basically just throwing a ton of Just throwing a ton of punches, everything the same speed, trying to take the guy's head off the entire fight. You know what I mean? So I ain't that impressed with him until he gets until I see him with a second gear. And the same thing goes for Conor Benn. Conor Benn had a setup fight against Chris Algieri. I'm not Chris Algieri. What's that dude's name, man? Chris Van Heerden. He looked like he knocked out Chris Van Heerden. Pretty much what I thought he was going to do. But, like I said, everything 100 miles an hour. Everything 100 miles an hour with him. Yeah, Chris Van Heerden. So that was that card. And then after that, we saw Butiev, another Butiev Rock'em Sock'em Robot fight out of Butiev and Stanosis. That Butiev, the Stanosis won. Butiev, a dirty fighter though, man. Butiev's a dirty fighter, man. And I love it. It says too early in the show to start the Bud hate. Hey, bruh. Boy, why y'all always calling it Bud? But anyway, I'm getting through those quick fights early because people say that I didn't talk about the other cards. So I wanted to talk about those highlights of those other cards. And that was good. As far as Isaac Cruz and Yuriorkis Gamboa, let me tell you, Devin Haney can't punch. Devin Haney cannot. I don't care what you say. Devin Haney's manpower ain't coming. Okay, that punching power ain't coming. Y'all better. Hey, I'm telling you right now. Do not wait on that. Do not stand out there waiting for the Christmas fairy or whatever to bring that man his power. Man, Brian Banks, yo, what's going on? Noob, huge in that Cash App, brother. Thank you, brother. Huge. My man Brian with that 2.5 in the Cash App. Thank you, brother. That's huge. I'm sorry. That's Chillville, man. My bad. I screwed you over. Chillville in that super chat, brother, with that 25. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for that support. Nah, Boots Ennis, you got to get up out of here, man. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to throw you right now. Buttering up, I don't appreciate it, man. That, man. Nah, I don't like it, man. You're not Boots, man, so don't do that. He may actually come by. Don't take that man's name. Anyway, man. So that's what my wife said. It was a Rock'em Sock'em Robot fight. Yeah, it's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I was, like just no subtlety to it at all, man. No subtlety to it. But we got people flowing in the chat, so we'll get on it. And we're gonna get quickly to the Bud situation. What's going on, Sal Medina? I ain't seen you in a minute. He said, I thought it was a good fight, but Errol Spence fans need to show up. Only 30,000 in attendance. That's lower than Mikey Garcia. Man, are you seriously, Sal Medina? Let me ask you a question. How can you use the only word only and 40,000 in the same breath? 40,000. Only 40,000? Only 40,000? Only 40,000. Jesus. I never heard nothing like that in my life, man. You literally said out your mouth, only 40,000. Only 40,000. Only 40,000. Who else besides Canelo Alvarez is having 40,000? And guess what? More did not come for Mikey Garcia. They came for Errol Spence. And that's what's going on, CEO Picasso? Only 40,000. I can't believe it, man. Honestly, man, that only 40,000. Boy, I tell you, y'all will bend some stuff up, boy. Y'all will bend some stuff up. My man said only 40,000. No, he did not double that up, dude. Only 40,000, man. Only 40,000. That's amazing. Only 40,000 showed up. Hold on one second. Only 40,000 showed up. That's amazing. Oh, by the way, brother. Oh, no, when was this? Hey, I'm sorry. I think what they said was that Billy Joe Saunders did. Hold on, they said the gate was. Yeah, it was. He did 66,000. He did 66,000 in Dallas. He didn't do 80,000 in Dallas. He did 66,000 in Dallas. And let me see this real quick. Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence. That man said, you got to get, you only did. Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia did how many? How many did they sell? Where is this at? I'm looking for it. Give me 1 second. They did 47,000. So he did 4,000 against Yordenis Ugas. 40,000 against Yordenis Ugas. So 40,000 against Yordenis Ugas and 46,000 against Mikey Garcia. Guess what? That tells you the 46,000 that showed up for the Mikey Garcia fight were Errol Spence Jr. 46. If you sold 46 against Mikey and you came in against a nobody and still did 40, come on, man. That tells you right there. That fight was packed. That fight was crazy, man. It's 40,000 people. 40,000 people coming up with excuses is what that is. Oh, it's only 40,000. You know that though it was Mikey Garcia that sold the tickets. That just tells you that was Errol that sold that ticket the first time. Kamal Oz said, I'm reading Terence, Twitter fingers, Crawford's fan, really Errol Spence Jr. haters trying to diminish the win and the support Errol Spence has. Don't go there. You know what I mean? I did compare the numbers. The number is 46,000 and 40,000. 40 and 46,000. It was 68,000 at the Canelo Alvarez fight. It's Canelo Alvarez. So what do you mean? Nobody's arguing that Errol Spence Jr. is a bigger name than Canelo Alvarez. I mean, what are you talking about? Nobody is saying that Errol Spence Jr. is a bigger name than Canelo Alvarez. So who cares? Canelo Alvarez Canelo Alvarez had 68,000 people there. Absolutely, he had 68,000 people. That's Canelo Alvarez fighting 4 hours from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. The man is fighting 4 hours from Mexico. You don't think literally Texas used to be part of Mexico? It's 4 hours from Mexico. What do you think is going to happen, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. Educate. You talking to me? Educate myself? Look it up. What? I just looked it up, Eddie Sosa. You talking to me? I literally just looked it up. I literally looked it up. His gate was 68,000 tickets sold. 68,370, something like that. Something like that. I just looked it up. I know what his numbers are, man. He got 68,000, but that is Canelo Alvarez, man. Oh, I heard Errol Spence and Ugas was 44,000. Let me see. We won't know for sure, but let me see. Errol Spence, Ugas, gate. I don't know if it'll be out. The official gate is even going to be out yet, but they will let it out. Or I should say tickets sold. Ugas tickets sold. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's 40,000. I don't understand what you guys are even talking about. You like trying to make an argument that Errol's not a big name because he's not as big as Canelo Alvarez is silly. He's just Canelo Alvarez. I don't know how many it is. We'll find out. We'll find out sooner than later. Look, there's 44,000 people there, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's 40,000 people there. That's enough to stop all kind of stupidity. If there's 40,000 people there, shut up. Because nobody else is selling, nobody other than Canelo is selling 40,000 tickets. So what are you talking about? Like, stop it. 40,000 tickets is a lot of tickets, man. 40,000 tickets is a lot of tickets. He said those drug Nello tickets were $5. I mean, Canelo got a lot of fans, man. Canelo got a lot of fans. Ride a Prophet in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat. Thank you, brother. Look, man, you do not have to say Errol Spence Jr. to be a big draw. Does not have to be he's not the biggest draw in boxing. Nobody's saying he is. Okay. Canelo Alvarez is a bigger name than Errol Spence Jr. That's a fact. You trying to compare the numbers of Errol to Canelo Alvarez is insane because Canelo Alvarez sold more tickets than he did. That doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? It literally does not mean a thing. The relevant portion of it is this. If he sold 43, because I heard 43, I heard 40, whatever. Just say it's 40. If he sold 40,000 tickets, right? 40,000 tickets, he sold 46,000 against Mikey. Up until yesterday, a lot of you guys were trying to tell people that the reason he sold 40,000 or 46,000 tickets against Mikey Garcia was because it was Mikey Garcia. It's because it was Mikey Garcia. Well, if you fought a no-name, which is Yordenis Ugas, who, by the way, is not Mexican and ain't confused for a Mexican by anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you sell 40 against nobody, that means you brought up 40,000 yourself. 40,000 people tuned in to see that man fight. And guess what? They're going to come back because they got a show, my friend. He said, Greg Falco said, they stay hating. It's silly, man. It's silly, bro. Look, man, there is no question whatsoever, man. No, Spence is not bigger than Canelo Alvarez, man. He's not. Let's not stretch that out there, okay? Let's not, there's no need to give extra credit to one of the biggest stars in boxing. There's no need. Because if you give him extra credit, because it's probably not true that he's a bigger name than Canelo. Canelo was the biggest name in boxing, and I think that is safe to say, and Canelo deserves that credit. I'll call the man a duck, but I ain't gonna call it, I'm not gonna tell you anything that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez is the biggest name in boxing, and I don't think there's any question about that. I think it's firmly there. You know what I mean? Errol is probably, I think he probably is the second biggest. It depends on what you say. It depends on if you talk about, like, if you're talking about the UK and the number of people that you bring in the UK. You know what I mean? And then in that case, maybe Anthony Joshua because of the UK. But as far as the United States, Errol Spence Jr. is clearly the second biggest dude. Then followed by, unless Deontay comes back. But Errol, Gervonta, Deontay, those guys are really big names, man. Real big names. It just depends on what Deontay Wilder is going to do when Deontay Wilder comes back, man. Hunter Young in the building said, I watched the fight and I actually scored it. I suck at scoring because I forgot to score anything after the 6th round. Got caught up in the fight. Yeah, dog, you blow it when you score in the fights, man. Much love in that super chat to my man Hunter Young, brother. Thank you so much for that support, man. Said no, Canelo isn't still. No, he's not a Mayweather now, dude. He's not. Look, man. 11,000 people. I mean, obviously, Errol's a lot bigger draw than Terence Crawford is. That's not to be argued with. That's not to be argued about either. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that are just, it's just what it is, man. You know what it is. You know what it is. My man Kamal Oz in the building said Canelo has a corporate media propaganda machine behind him. He can do no wrong in their eyes. They don't ask tough questions. He's the biggest. Much love in that super chat, brother. I mean, Canelo got a big fan base, man. He got a lot of Chicanos. Now I'm going to use the word right. I think I'm using that word right. He's got a lot of Chicano fans. And there's a lot of Chicano fans going to come out there and watch him, especially if he shows up in Texas now. Especially if he fights in Texas. You know what I mean? Give away free tickets. Give away free tickets to Errol Spence in Nigeria. And let's see if 100,000 people show up. You know what I mean? But Errol, dude, that's a huge showing, man. There's nothing you can say to take away from that dude. If you guys out here hating on Errol, come on and hate on Errol. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. For none. For Spence, Kareem, for Bud, we'll see. What is that? Spence, for Spence, Kareem, for Bud, we'll see. I'm not sure what that means, man. But anyway, man, he's fighting in Mexico. This is like Mexico. It's funny. They even got this numbers, man. He still got schooled. Yeah, he got schooled by Floyd. But look, man, we're not talking about Canelo right now because Canelo is Canelo. He's off in La La Land. It is what it is, man. For now, what was the numbers for the who? Pacquiao Clottey fight in Texas? I don't know. Why would I know that? Why do I care? Why do I care? If you're trying to find some way to say that Errol Spence Jr. is not a popular fighter, stop. Okay? You're just making shit up. I mean, there's no need for you to even try that line. Okay? Errol Spence Jr. again brought in, if he 40, you saw the crowd, man. You saw the crowd. It's a gigantic crowd. Nobody other than Canelo Alvarez is doing that crowd. Okay? Say what you want. They're not doing that crowd. Nobody. And that is a stadium fight. That's not an arena fight. That's a stadium fight. Man, just get that man that credit, man. Just get a man his credit, man. Stop trying to hate on him, man. Said fighting nobodies is always Canelo lost my respects years ago. Yeah, he's out there like, he out there doing what he's doing, though. It is what it is. Today is not the day for Canelo, man. Gervonta is a bigger draw than Errol, but I love Errol. Gervonta Davis is nowhere near as big a draw as Errol Spence Jr. is. No, he is not. Sorry, man. Gervonta Davis is not a bigger draw than Errol Spence Jr. No, he is not. You tell me where Gervonta Davis has sold 40,000 tickets twice. Errol Spence Jr. has bigger pay-per-view numbers, has bigger pay-per-view numbers than Gervonta does. He has bigger gates than Gervonta Davis does. He fights in a stadium, man. Gervonta Davis probably is the third biggest draw. He's probably the third or the fourth biggest draw in boxing, though. But, man, it's just, the Staples Centers don't got 40,000 people in the Staples Center, man. Hey, Ben Him J said, listen, I would like to see Spence and Crawford be VADA tested for a clean fight. Don't like cheating in the game. They are VADA tested. They are VADA tested. They are VADA tested. They are VADA tested. Why don't you want to see them VADA tested? They are VADA tested. Look, Gervonta Davis is probably the third or fourth biggest draw in boxing. Gervonta Davis is a huge draw. He is, absolutely, positively, man. But the numbers are what the numbers are, okay? The numbers are what the numbers are. Canelo Alvarez is number one. He is. Okay, you guys can just sit down on that and not even, there's no argument to be had with that, all right? He is number one, man. He is Canelo's number one. No need to debate it. No need to do it. Because when you say anything other, you make yourself look bad, okay? After that, you have a question about whether it could be Tyson Fury over there in the UK with that Dillian White fight because they sold 90,000 tickets. I don't buy it because they're not going to make that much money. It's just a really big domestic fight, in my opinion. If they brought that fight over to the United States, it ain't selling nothing. Okay, there'll be 3,000 people if they brought that fight to the United States, there'd be 3,000 people. There'd be 3,000 people in an arena in Vegas for that fight. So I don't buy it, but I do know it's big. It's a huge domestic fight. All right, but I don't buy it as far as that, like the size, how big he is and how big a draw he is in boxing. I don't buy it. So for me, it is Errol. It's Canelo, it's Errol, and it is maybe Anthony Joshua. I don't know. Could be Tyson Fury. Don't know. But then it's Gervonta Davis. So anybody below the weight, below 147 pounds, it's all second fiddle to Gervonta. At 100 it's 140 and below. Everybody's second fiddle to Gervonta because ain't nobody selling out nothing. Okay. Only person that I know of below 140 pounds selling out anything, and I mean anything, except for those little, neighborhood club things or whatever they're doing in the UK, is Monster Inoue in Japan. That's it. Monster Inoue in Japan is probably selling out stuff over there in Japan. But if you bring Gervonta to Japan, he's selling out in Japan. All right, so my man, Patrick Bell said, good morning, Mark. Hey, good morning, Fanon. Much love, man. Thank you, brother. I'm not talking about Floyd, man. Floyd is a retired fighter, man. Okay, if I had to bring up Floyd, I'd have to bring up Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson will outsell. Mike Tyson in a real fight will outsell everybody other than maybe Canelo. Mike Tyson in a real fight. Stop. I'm not bringing up retired fighters, man. Wembley Stadium is like 84,000. It can get up to 100, but they have to have a permission. They extended the permission to like 90. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. It's everybody lives in that same area. It's very tight. Everybody from all over the country can come and go there. If you're in Dallas, Texas, it is very difficult for people in Chicago, people in New York, people in Florida to get there. If everybody was living right there, it all condensed in the same place, there would be way more people at that fight because it would be an easier way to get there. You wouldn't have to fly. You wouldn't have to do all that stuff. Hey, TD Harden says, sounds like a lot of haters in the house. Oh, yeah, they came revving this morning. But don't worry, we're going to get to the fight. We're going to get to that fight. Much love in that super chat to my man TD Harden in the building. My man Quincy Carter in the building said, look, love Errol. He had a great performance, but he missed a lot of sloppy early in that fight with wide shots. Can't do that against Bud. Bud punches harder than Ugas and will make him pay. Salute for 9. Salute to you, Quincy Carter. Much love in that super chat, man. Yeah, the UK, dude, that's still a UK. It's a lot of they're selling out tickets in the UK. He's big. They're big in Great Britain. They're big in Great Britain. That ain't translating over here, man. And this is where the money is. Kamal Oz in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, man. Thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat and the Cash App. Y'all make the channel go. Y'all the reason we can do it every morning. Thank you, Kamal. He said, Errol Spence Jr. had a remarkable feat. Number one, pound for pound, number one, haters dispersed. Oh, yeah. And that fight is definitely for number one, pound for pound. There ain't no way. There ain't no way that Canelo can be number one, pound for pound after that fight. Canelo drops. Bop. Bop. After that fight, Canelo drops. Bop. Out of that. And anybody says different, I don't want to hear it. Anybody that says any different, I don't want to hear it, man. No. Juan Lizardi, no. No way. No claim. Tyson Fury is not a big draw, man. He fought in the United States without Deontay Wilder. He fought in the United States without Deontay Wilder and sold 3,000 tickets. No way. He's nowhere near close to Canelo, man. He's big in the UK, and he may be big in the UK. I don't know. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what goes on. They play that funny business with them tickets. A sing in that super chat, brother, said, hey, Fanon, who would you take in a fight between Conor Benn and Boots Ennis? Boots Ennis by like third round stoppage. Boots Ennis by murder. Boots Ennis by murder. They ain't even the same class of fighter, not even close. I'm saying they're not even the same class. You need that. Let me take a question. Ask me a more serious question. Who would I take, Gervonta Davis or Conor Benn? Who would I take, Gervonta Davis or Conor Benn? And I'm serious. At welterweight, I would take Gervonta Davis over Conor Benn at welterweight. That's what I think about Conor Benn. I'll take Tank over Conor Benn at 147. Get out of here with that. Everything's dude. It's all he's doing is throwing a bunch of bombs. He's just running in there with his fist clenched, throwing bombs. I ain't buying it, dog, until he gets in there with somebody real. You know what I mean? I ain't buying it. He's gonna have to come over. He's got to fight somebody like, fight Tony Harrison at a catch weight and let me see. You know what I'm saying? Tony Harrison was hey, I know Tony Harrison is a weight class up, but Tony Harrison would beat that man 12 rounds to nothing. Would beat him 12 rounds to nothing, man. I ain't believing it, man. Do you know of any boxer more confident than Shakur? Errol Spence. Errol Spence is insanely confident. Errol Spence, I think, is the most confident man in boxing. Terence Crawford, I think, is also very, very confident. Errol is very, very confident. Errol is very, very confident. He don't take tune-ups, man. That man didn't take a tune-up. Dude, he did that off a 17-month layoff. And you're right. Who's the guy that brought that up? You're right. Without a doubt, Errol Spence Jr. did look rusty in that fight. Yes, he did. He shook that, and guess what that rust got him? It ended a guy's career rusty. It ended a guy's career rusty. Just two boxing in the building. What's going on, brother? He ended a dude's career rusty. Rusty. Oh, yeah, say we know, yeah, Conor Benn ain't real because he keeps calling out Adrian Bronner. Yeah, I don't believe Conor Benn at all. I don't believe it. He can prove me wrong. You can prove me wrong because I'm trying to think who has proved me wrong. Is there a fighter that I have not believed in that has proved me wrong? I don't even know, man. If there's a fighter I have not believed in that proved me wrong. I don't know. I'm pretty good with them. I'm trying to tell you, you can tell, man. You can see. I'm tired of pretending Bomac, Benny the Butcher, and the whole team are clowns. I just can't begin Crawford because his team always talking crazy. Yeah, his team does talk crazy, but I'm telling you, Bud is a super talent. Bud is a super talent. Nah, Staniosis, nah, not Fury. I believed in Fury before. I've always known Fury was a good fighter. Fury didn't fool me. I've always known Tyson Fury was a good fighter. Always. Never. No, I was never wrong about Tyson Fury at all. Never. I knew what Tyson Fury was. I saw dude, how could you? The guy can box and he's huge. I was never wrong about Tyson. He never proved me. Now, there are some guys maybe that I thought were good that turned out terrible. Like, I don't really know him, though. Maybe Adrian Bronner is the closest thing to that. A guy that really kind of let down, man. What's going on, Brother Roots? How you feeling, brother? Maybe him, but I think that's about it, man. Yeah, Derrick James, man. Derrick James, somebody else getting more confident, man. Really stepping out of his shell, man. Really getting used to the spotlight. If Al can get Ortiz and Ennis on the Crawford Spence undercard, I pay $200. Never gonna happen, man. Colbert, Colbert is what I thought Colbert was. Colbert is you talking about Chris Colbert? Chris Colbert? Chris Colbert is about what I thought he was. Like, I just knew that he was a talented fighter, but he didn't really look like he had a game plan for fights. And he was just kind of in there fighting. You know what I mean? And when he went in there and fighting and that cute shit didn't work, you know, boom, you got stuck. Kamala said being rusty has to do with facing Escuela Cubana. Nah. I think it was the 18. I think it was probably the one fight in 4 years. I think it was the one fight. I think it was the one fight in 3 years that probably did it. Let me see something real quick, man. Hold on, man. It is my man, Danny Garcia. Hold on. Errol Spence. Jr. Errol Spence Jr., who I apologize for calling Errol the Truth Spence Williams. I don't know why I said that, man. I'm getting old, man. My mind be doing stuff. Hold on one second. So how long was it? Let's look to see how long it was. 28-0 with 22 knockouts. Yeah, man. He had one fight in two and a half years. I think it's the one fight. I'm pretty sure it's the one fight in 2.5 years that was the issue. Man, my man, Keith Nolan, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for your support, man. He said Errol already knows his mistake. He was very honest about the ring rust in the first couple rounds in the post-fight interview and he called the mouthpiece thing a rookie mistake. Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a rookie mistake, man. I was like, no. And he got it back right away. That's when I was like, this dude is a machine, man. He came off that. And that's another reason, dude. That dude got a chin because he took a flush one. Now, what do you think would have happened to Amir Khan if Amir Khan would have got hit by that shot? If Amir Khan got hit by that shot, yeah, you're over with, dog. You're over with, bro. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. If Terence Crawford got hit with that shot by Yordenis Ugas, I don't know, man. I think that man might have went down. I'm telling you. I think that man would have went down off that shot. That was right there, bro. Said Errol didn't seem hurt. I mean, he looked buzzed. Yeah, he looked buzzed. His wife fell back into the ropes. Yeah, he looked buzzed. Definitely looked buzzed. But he didn't look hurt. He looked buzzed. You know, it was like, nah, he didn't wobble. He just fell back. You didn't see no wobble now. The man's knees didn't buckle. The man fell, he whoa, and fell back into the ropes. Yeah, but he was hurt. But, hey, let me ask you a question. How long was he hurt, Al Money? How long was he hurt? Yeah, he looked hurt. How long did he look hurt, Fahim? How long did that last? How long? I'm going to ask Fahim specifically. How long did that last? How long did that hurt last? Man, get out of here. Yordenis Ugas got power, dude. The man, if he hits you with a flush shot, man, stop. If that man hits you with a flush shot, man, that dude will knock your head off with a flush shot. That dude can punch. He's just not some super aggressive dude that doesn't get a lot of knockouts. I agree with that. But that dude can hit, that dude hit him with a flush shot. Dead on the chin, dog. Come on, man. When the man's head was turned and wasn't looking. He didn't even see the punch. Nah, man, that dude showed he got a chin and got right back. Yeah, but he definitely got hurt by it. He definitely got hurt by it. Man, but that thing, that recovery was very, very fast, man. And by the end of the round, he's beating the dude up again. He's right back at it, beating the dude up. Hey, say EJ recovered on another level too. He punished Ugas after that two-piece with no biscuit. Yeah, that sneaky shit. He said, Fanon, I have to disagree. Hey, hold on, EJ was laughing. Yeah, he was laughing, but he didn't find it funny. I'll tell you that. What did he say? You got to disagree with what? He Fanon, I have to disagree. I don't see VWI. Look, man, he beat that dude up in that last end of that fight, man. Fanon, in your opinion, who's the hardest hitter at 147? Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman or Boots? I don't know. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Ennis, Terence Crawford can definitely crack. All those guys can crack, man. All those dudes can crack. Boots is probably, man, the heaviest handed right now. It may be Ennis, man. It may be Ennis. Danny Garcia is a big puncher too. Monica said, pillow hands. What is this? Who's the pillow hands? Hey, I know you talking about pillow hands. Hold on. Pillow hands by Ugas. Spence face looked just like he came in at the end of the fight. Nah, dog. It's pillow hands because he wasn't landing much. He was scarred up. Come on, man. Yeah, pillow hands, man. That man ain't got no pillow hands. I like the excuses, though. I got to tell you, I like the excuses. Look, man, we got almost 1,000 people in the chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Let me see. Let's just get the likes over 1,000, man. We got 926 in the building. We got 926 in the building. Only 256 likes. Man, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. We got way too many people in here that had that lower like, man. What my man said, Spence hit hard from 1 to 12. Yeah, and honestly, man, Errol doesn't hit cats with a lot of really clean shots to the dome because he's so active and he's got them pinned up in a high guard for so much of the time. Because they're in protection mode most of the time. I don't ever see those guys ever drop their hands against Errol. Their hands are usually pinned to their head. So I don't see a lot of opportunities where he really gets to land, like really clean shots on the chin where the guy's not seeing it coming because their body is literally clenched up like this the whole fight. So I don't know, man. It is what it is, though, man. The blocks and parry by Spence is underrated. Yeah, he's got very, very good defense, man. And also, man, his shoulder pins, using his jab to pin. This dude is a machine, man. My man IV Hunter said, what up, Fanon? I wasn't disappointed at all. Great night of fighting. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it, man. My grandpa said, show me what you got once you get rocked. Oh, my grandpa always says, show me what you got once you get rocked. And he did. Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to tell you. What's going on, McDougalberry in the building. What's going on, man? Eugene McDougalberry. And I Dougal as in Google. McDougalberry said, Ugas has the most tricky right hand in the sport. If he had power, he would be undefeated because nobody sees it coming. Hey, much love in that super chat. Yeah, he is sneaky with that right hand. Very good fighter, man. But you know, the downside of Ugas is, Eugene, is that he just doesn't have a lot of volume. Doesn't have a lot of volume. John Boy in that. What's going on, John Boy? Much love in that super chat. My man, John Boy in the building. What's happening with you, sir? Yeah, man. The downside with Ugas, and I'm telling you, it's a downside with Crawford too. They don't have a lot of activity, man. Hey, my man, Tyrone in that Cash App said, good morning. Spence got 3 belts. Crawford wants 50-50 split. Nah, he ain't getting no 50. He knows he ain't getting no 50-50 split. They know it. Now that they're at that table, he's going to stop talking that. And my man Tyrone back in that Cash App said, Crawford is a delusional person that doesn't sell. Not like that. He don't. That is definitely the truth, brother. That he don't sell like that. So he's not going to do that, man, if he wants that fight, man. My man Keith Nolan in the building said 938 watching, 81 likes. The haters are out. Hit the like button, chumps. Errol Spence left uppercut that like button. You know what it is, man. Y'all hit that like button while y'all in here, man. Don't freeload, brother. Don't freeload. Hey, thank you so much for that support in the super chat, though. I'm telling you, big numbers ain't the support. Y'all regular cats that come every day are the support. So you know what it is. Just so you know. That's why I say that. Justin, retirement might be next for Ugas. Yeah, I think he's a wrap. He got his eye busted up, man. I think it's a wrap on Ugas, man. I ain't gonna lie. Blacksmith Ross in the building. What's going on? He said, congrats to Spence, but why are we acting like Ugas was Thurman power? Porter and Ugas don't have power. Even Porter admitted a lack of power. Yeah, because Porter's a hater too. Just like Blacksmith Ross. Anybody that gets a clean shot off on you like that, first of all, I would like to say two things. Number one, how are you going to get a lot of power on your shots if somebody's fighting you that close? If somebody's in your chest, who do you know that has tremendous, other than Gervonta? Because I think if you're sitting in there like Gervonta could probably hurt you from that range. But how many fighters in there in boxing that can really hurt you from that range? Especially when they're clinched up, taking a bunch of body shots and getting countered when they're sitting in there. I don't know what they're going to do in order to make that power. They have to hit that dude at range. And I'm telling you, Terence Crawford has power at range. He has power at range when he catches you on the end of them punches. It's going to be interesting to see. And I'm not saying he doesn't have it. I just don't know if he does. What happens when he's not landing shots at the end of his range? When he's in your chest? Telling you, man, that is something. That's going to be something. Giovanni Walker said, Monday color in the chat. Hit that like button. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat. And thank you for that support, man. And my man John Boy said, Porter had the fight 3-0 for Ugas. Hi, true hater. Hey, guess what? Porter had it 3-0 for Ugas. I didn't know that. But if Porter had an Ugas, and guess what? Terence Crawford had it 2 rounds apiece after 4. 2 rounds apiece after 4. Ain't no way Yordenis Ugas won any of those rounds from 2, 3, and 4. No chance whatsoever. I'm telling you, that's wishful thinking, man. They had them hater color eyes on in that fight. But as we know, it didn't wind up taking place. Yeah, he did Bambi legs. Who had Bambi legs? Errol had no Bambi legs, man. That dude won the round. I'm just want to let you know he won that round too. You called it like that? Yeah, come on, man. You thought Errol lost. You think Errol lost the first 3 rounds of that fight? Seriously? Come on, man. The first round could have went whatever way, man. The first round could have went whatever way. Maybe if you really wanted to give him that round, you could have gave him the first round. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, get out of here. The 6th, and even the 6th round, when he hit him, maybe give him that round, because that's the only punch he landed at. That's the only combination he had. He lost a round up until that point, and he lost a round after that point, and it was not a knockdown. That would have been a 10-9 round. Was not a knockdown. Anyway, Raymond Murray said, just to support your grind. Thank you, brother. He said, Ugas was saying, yo, bro, please stop punching. Can we just dance around the ring for a minute? Can I get a breath? Much love in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat. I'm telling you, Bug gonna come out there swinging from the get up. He got to come out there swinging from the get up. Got to catch Errol slipping. Got to come out there swinging from the get up, man. The feel out rounds, the feel out stuff, that's not going to work, man. I will tell you, though, that step back uppercut may have a little bit of success if Errol reaches. If Errol reaches, he could have some success stepping back off him real quick and landing something. Hey, Spence ate all you did. Hey, Fanon, do you think, what is this? Hey, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, man. Do you think Boots will have the same amount of power when he moves up in his competition? Yeah, he has the same amount of power for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think he'll have the same amount of power. The question is, will he land it? And that's why I'm saying after that fight, I would not have Boots in there with Errol that quick. That right there is a gigantic leap. I'm telling you. That right there. Man, I don't know if that nigga plans on going there or not. For now, what's up? What's with the keys to victory for Crawford and Spence? Break them down. Hey, well, let's do that in a little bit, man. I've done that a whole bunch. Bud is going to have to get his respect very, very early, and Errol going to have to be Errol. Seriously, Errol just needs to be Errol to beat Bud, in my opinion, and be a little bit more careful looking for looping shots. That's it. Don't fall into the same pattern. As long as Errol don't fall into the same pattern, which he doesn't, he switches it up very, very consistently throughout the fight. As long as he doesn't allow Bud to catch a pattern and leave himself open to some really, really big shot, then I think Errol can win the fight. Because if it's about scoring, Errol will outpoint him. You know what I mean? He'll outpoint him. I think that's all he needs to do to win the fight is he can outpoint him. And I think because Crawford doesn't have a lot of volume. And honestly, I've seen him consistently get outboxed for rounds. Consistently. He got outboxed in some rounds against Amir Khan. He got outboxed in rounds with Kell Brook. He got outboxed in rounds with Sean Porter. But what was always there for him is that he was looking him up and set him up for something big. And he set him up and he hit him. Now, Crawford is not, I don't think Crawford, how's Crawford going to outpoint him? He doesn't throw enough punches. How's he going to outpunch somebody with that? How are you going to outpoint somebody that's that busy? No way. Bud needs a knockout to win that fight, or several knockdowns. He needs a knockout to win that fight or several knockdowns. It is going to be very, very hard for him to outpoint somebody with that volume. With somebody that throws that many punches. Yeah, but he finished them fast, so he walked into something. And his daddy quit. They quit. I don't care about that, about who finished who faster. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who finished them faster. I'm telling you, when I'm looking at the two guys fight each other, Bud is not going to beat that dude. That Bud is not going to beat him on points because Errol throws 4 times as many punches and he's constantly pressing you. How's he going to outpoint somebody that's constantly scoring points? That's what I'm saying. He's going to have to do. Oh, and watch this. And if he's moving around, avoiding it, like just moving, he's going to lose that based on aggression. I'm telling you, man, they're not going to give Bud points for sitting back. Right? And I don't even know if he's going to be able to sit back. That's a very tough proposition to sit on the outside with that dude for an extended period of time, man. You know, fighting on the back foot. If he can do it, I'm just telling you, man, he's going to need to knock the dude. I think he's going to have to get several knockdowns or he's going to have to knock him out to win that fight. That's what I think. You guys can think something else. However it plays out, whenever you have somebody that is scoring that is a very, very high volume puncher, it's going to be difficult to beat them on points unless you can keep them from getting inside on you, unless you can keep them getting. Bud's defense is not all that. Bud is not some exceptional defensive fighter. That not mine. Say, hey, for now, did you hear what Derek James said about Bud stoppage of Porter? Yeah, he said the dude quit. He said his father knew ahead of time that he wasn't going to he was going to stop the fight before he even got in the fight. Yeah, I heard what he said because it's the truth. He said he was going to stop the fight. He knew he was going to stop that fight before the fight started because he didn't like how his son wasn't listening to him. Say y'all not giving Bud's power respect. All I'm telling you is that Bud is going to have to either knock him out or knock him down several times to win that fight on the scorecards. If he is if he's in a situation where he fights a fight and Errol is consistently on the inside, he's going to lose that fight, man. That is not, first of all, he's got a chin. It's not out of the question to say that he's chinny. It's not out of the question to talk about Bud's chin, man. Bud is physically strong because he hits them weights and all that stuff. But them weights ain't hit. The weights can help your chin, can help your physical strength, but it ain't help. It's not helping your chin. And he's the smaller guy. And Errol is a much bigger guy than he is. And so, I mean, I'm not saying Bud can't win the fight. All I'm telling you is that he's gonna have to be able to hurt Errol in order to do it. That's the question. You know what I mean? Is he gonna be able to hurt him to do it? Because that's a big man, dog. That's a guy that easily could be at 160. He's easily could be fighting at 154, 160. He's a strong guy. He's the naturally bigger, stronger guy. And he's not only just a bigger, stronger guy, he's a much more active guy. And that's why I'm saying it's going to be tough for him to win a decision against a guy that never stops punching, that is never out of position to punch, and is constantly cutting the ring off you and pressuring you. If Bud cannot keep him off of him, like with this stuff, like Bud usually will do, those guys got a lot of respect for Bud in the fights that they're having. And Bud will feint you, set you. Oh, let me see how you're going to react. Dog, my reaction, Errol's reaction is jab, get in your chest. You know what I'm saying? His reaction is ain't no confusion about his reaction. His reaction is go into your chest. It's jab, go into your chest. Jab, pin your hand, shoot down, pin your hand. If you counter the jab, he's slipping under the jab and he's stepping in and he's in your chest. Boom, 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 boom. Right? If you counter his jab, you can counter his jab a couple times. After you counter that jab and you go over the top on that mug a couple times, zip, he's dipping down. He's going to fall forward under your counter jab and bop. He's in your chest, and there you go. Body, boom, 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 to the body. And if Errol is successful in doing that much work to that man's body, then that power is going to go away towards the end of the fight, man. And he dismantles and beats people up. I've never seen what Terence Crawford's been in a ring with somebody who is not in there trying to win a decision. He's really trying to beat you up very badly. And he's a big, strong dude. So I'm just saying he's going to have to be able to hurt him, man. And that's just real. It's not me hating on Bud. It's just me telling you he really is going to have to do something to keep Errol off of him. Right? And I'd like to know, Kamar, you're just not thinking about it. I'm not underestimating. I'm saying he's going to have to do that. If you think he can do it, tell me how he can do it. Or he's going to have to show how he's going to do it. But you can't tell me, what do you think he's going to do? Just walk up and hit Errol with a hook and knock him out? You think Errol's going to stumble forward? He's going to take a step back and hit him with a big uppercut? And he's going to rally 3 punches off and Errol's going to go away? Right? That's not Kell Brook, man. That's not Kell Brook. That's not Amir Khan. That's not Sean Porter. That's not none of those guys that you saw him pull that off with were there for the length of the fight. Errol's going to be there for the length of the fight unless you can hurt him. And I'm just telling you, he's going to have to hurt him, because if he don't hurt him, he's going to be losing rounds. He's going to lose a lot of rounds, man. And if he sits down there and fights with him, Errol's going to like that, man. Errol's going to love it. And he's going to have to be able to hit him and hurt him at close range, not at the end of shots where all of your power, where a lot of these guys' power comes. Like, for example, if Errol Spence, like Deontay Wilder can knock somebody out if you run in on him and he can catch you out here, he can knock you out. But when you're in his chest in here, he's not knocking you out here. Terence Crawford is catching people at the end of his shots, at the end, like extending and landing and all that centrifugal force up through his punches, and he lands big shots because he can move, and these guys are boxing with him. Errol is a pressure fighter, man. Pressure makes pipe busts. And over the course of the round, you get more tired because you have to move more. Errol is moving forward at you. He's not extending as much energy as you are going backwards. You know, that I'm telling you, that's why Ugas at a certain point in time couldn't go anywhere, man. Hey, my man Quincy Carter said, if Bud moves in boxes and uses the same style he did versus Postal, he'll give Errol problems. Yeah, if he can pull that off. Victor Postal's not that type of fighter, Quincy. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, If Errol decides to sit behind his jab, if Errol fights like Victor Postol and he sits behind his jab in his right hand up behind a 1-2 and tries to fight the whole fight at range and keep Terence Crawford at range, absolutely Terence can win that fight. If Errol is trying to fight that man at range. But let me tell you, Quincy, Errol does not fight anything like Victor Postol. Absolutely nothing like Victor Postol. Victor Postol sits on the outside with a jab and a right hand. And also, Victor Postol is a orthodox fighter. He's not and Terence Crawford can fight him from his southpaw stance and bat down his jab. It's a different scenario, man. I'm telling you, cannot compare any fight that Bud has had in his career to a fight with Errol Spence. It's a much bigger man. It's a much higher quality man. It's a much more aggressive man, and a guy that with a very, very high output. It's a different beast, man. But if he can fight him on the outside and not let Errol in and catch him, pot shot him on the outside and hit him with big shots, yeah, he can win. If he can do that, if he can do it, I don't think Errol's gonna play that game. The only advantage is Bud's reach, and not by much. My man Quincy Carter said, Ugas got y'all gassed up. Remember he lost his mind? No. He don't got me gassed up, man. He don't got me gassed up. It's been the same thing for a while, man. You were not surprised about what that man did. And you weren't sounding like that the other day. So come on, man. Get a man credit, man. He said, damn, Fanon, you damn well Errol ain't fighting like that. I don't even know why, Quincy. Talking like when Errol's a southpaw. You ain't fighting nothing like that, man. He's not going to fight on the outside like that. That's why I'm saying, dude, I'm not telling you. What about Jeff Horn? Dude, Jeff Horn sucks. Come on, man. Jeff Horn? Dude, Jeff Horn is a journeyman, man. Jeff Horn is a journeyman. Yeah, he beat him in the amateurs, but I don't think that means anything. I don't even think that means anything. I'm looking at the file. I'm looking at the styles, man. Hey, TJ, why you always want to tell me what his weaknesses are? I'm telling you how the man fights. You tell me what his weaknesses are. You tell me what his weaknesses are. To me, his weakness looked like not preparing in between fights, blowing up in weight, and not coming into the fight in the best capacity. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like, you know what he had? He had the same weakness Adrian Bronner had, eating his way out of a weight class and not being disciplined in between fights. That was it. That's Errol Spence Jr. That was his weakness. It looked like he shored up that weakness. As far as what he's seen, weaknesses I've seen in the ring, I haven't seen a lot. Not anything glaring, like, oh yeah, he can't, like he doesn't have a chin, or he doesn't know, he can't box on the back foot or anything. I haven't seen any of that, man. For now, so because EJ beat up Ugas like that, no, you putting words in, no, I'm already gonna tell you ahead of time for what you're saying. Now he looks like he's too much for Boots. I'm telling you right now, I think he should take some time with that, because Errol looks better. Errol looks better than he did in his last 3 fights. He looked much stronger. He looked much more aggressive. And I would say for Jerron not to do that fight right now. I would say that because that is a different animal. And Jerron is going to face the same problems, literally the same problems that I'm talking about with Terence Crawford. I'm saying you're going to have a dude that is a southpaw dude that's in your chest trying to beat you up and try to hurt you. The guy is an animal, man. Just JB, no response, shake my head. Dude, I don't read every comment, man. I mean, what do you think? I can read every single commentary that comes by? Oh, Jesus. Here comes these fucking idiots. Anyway, Edwin Elliott says Spence weakness is that he becomes very rhythmic and can be timed. No, he doesn't. That's not the truth. He does not. He switches that up very, very. He switches his looks up on the inside and his punch combinations on the inside a lot. Varies it up a lot. Does not look, even from the inside, he doesn't look the same every time. He switches it up on the inside a lot, man. He'll back up. He'll start boxing on the back foot for a second. He'll go right back in. He'll shift. Dude, he does. I'm telling you, man, his combination shift up. You don't want to admit that this dude's a world-class, is a world-class fighter, man. He's the real deal, man. He's not Conor Benn, okay? This is not Chris Algieri. This is not Sean Porter. It's not the same dude. He beat Danny Garcia, who is a Hall of Fame level fighter, beat him at probably 60% of what he was physically in that fight. And beat Danny Garcia just by outboxing Danny Garcia. Dude, Danny Garcia is no joke. These guys he's beating are no joke. Yordenis Ugas is no joke. That dude is no joke. You guys are thinking this, you acting like Errol's some joke, man. Dude, that's I'm telling you, that's a serious fighter right there, man. And that is a serious type of fighter that will hurt you. I'm telling you, like, there are fighters that will knock you out. There are dudes that will knock you out. Got one punch knockout power, boom, you're gone. Errol don't have one punch knockout power. If I told you something like Errol was just gonna go and knock out Bud with one punch and walk him out, knock him out in 2 rounds, dude, then you could tell me like, nah, man, that's not gonna happen to Bud. He's not gonna walk in there and knock that dude out in 2 rounds. Terence Crawford is a serious fighter. I think the fight's going to go to a decision. I think Terence Crawford's going to make several adjustments. Errol's going to make adjustments. I'm just telling you, if Terence Crawford is going to beat him, he's going to have to be able to seriously hurt that man. As he's not able to seriously hurt him, and it comes up, and it's just a matter of who's scoring the most points by the end of those 12 rounds, Terence Crawford is going to lose to that man because that guy has such a high volume and he's always pushing forward. If it's an even fight, you cannot just win rounds. Like the guy is missing all round, right? Like Floyd. If Floyd exchanged with you and you're hitting him with every shot you're throwing right to his body, and there's times you're pent up like this, he would have lost the fight, but people couldn't do that on him because guess what? That dude can fight on the inside. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is adept at standing right in front of you, making you miss and doing you. Same thing goes with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez can stand right there and make you, if you're trying to go at his body, he can make you slip. He'll make you miss. He'll counter you on the inside. He'll bang with you on the inside. If Terence Crawford can show that type of game, that Canelo Alvarez type of game, that James Toney type of inside fighting, that Floyd Mayweather Jr. type of inside fighting, then yeah. But he's gonna have to be able to sit there and beat that man at that game. And that's the same reason that I say like about Devin Haney. Dude, Devin Haney, if eventually he's gonna get in with somebody that you can't get that man off your chest. And you're going to have to literally be in there slipping shots, counter shots, punishing this dude on the inside, walking this dude down, walking him down, pushing him back, right? Like Shakur Stevenson did Jamel Herring, walking him down, pushing him back. If Terence Crawford can walk down Errol Spence Jr., push Errol Spence Jr. back, force Errol Spence Jr. to get on the back foot every now and then, wearing at his body, slowing him down over the course of the fight, then yeah, he can be able to win. I'm just saying I've never seen Terence Crawford fight somebody in that manner. You know what I mean? I've never seen him fight anybody in that manner where somebody is coming forward and he's just walking the guy back. He sits back and he's countering people. He's on the outside. He fights at long range. He fights at mid range. And then he sets you up. And then when you get too close, he'll catch you on the way in or he'll catch you slipping and then he jumps on you. That's how I see Terence Crawford fighting. And I'm telling you, if he doesn't find that opportunity against Errol to hurt him and do that, he's going to be dealing with a guy that's pressuring him. And I don't think that's not hating. That's just paying attention to what happens in the boxing ring. My man, Keaton Davis said, we missing how those body shots affecting Spence in the last few rounds. No broken bones from an accident. Hopefully nothing wrong. Let me tell you, Keaton Davis, there was no last couple rounds. There was no last couple rounds of that fight. There was no last couple rounds. There weren't any last. There wasn't any. There wasn't any. But that'll just tell you that your boy, he said Jay Petty, he don't look invincible. I didn't say he looked invincible. I didn't say he looked invincible in there. Nothing about what I said that man is I literally told you the style of fight that I think would cause Errol Spence Jr. problems. Somebody that can push him back, somebody can stay in the pocket, slip shots in the pocket, counter shots in the pocket, like a James Toney. James Toney, if Errol Spence Jr. is fighting a James Toney, then I'll be like, man, let me tell you something. He's going to be getting as good as he can get on that inside. He's going to be getting as much as he's given on that inside. And that's going to be a war of attrition, and Errol's going to have to rethink that on occasion against a guy like James Toney, somebody that fights like James Toney, somebody that fights like Bernard Hopkins, or somebody that fights like Floyd that can do both. Floyd, if you have an inside fighter on Floyd, somebody that likes to mix it up and get in there on you and walk you down, Floyd was ripping people up doing that. Was standing right there ripping people up doing that. And when he fought somebody like Zab Judah, he would walk Zab Judah down. I don't know of Bud walking anybody down and pushing anybody out and getting them off their game plan. If you're going to take away what Errol wants, you got to take away Errol's aggression. And that's what I'm saying is going to be tough. He said, here's the truth, Fanon. Bud is light years better than Ugas. Not true. He ain't light years better than that man. He's better than that man. He ain't light years better than that man. Ugas was sitting target. He wasn't fast on his feet or in generalship at all. Spence is very hittable when he punches. Spence missed punches. Bud missed punches. Bud gets hit. Bud is not light years better than Ugas. He's better than Ugas. He's not light years better than Ugas. That's an exaggeration. He's not light years better than him. He's better than him. He's a better fighter than he is. He's not a light years better fighter than he is, though. That's not that. I think you're exaggerating there. Bean Tails, much love in that super chat, brother. He ain't light years better. And I'm definitely going to tell you what, he ain't better at that fight game than he's not better at what Yordenis Ugas had to deal with than Yordenis Ugas. He's not a better inside fighter than Ugas is. Not that I've seen. He's not had to do it. Maybe he is. I've just never seen him do it. If he can, I don't know. I will tell you this, though. That is a different beast, man. He ain't light years better than Errol. He may be better, but we'll see. Spence wouldn't touch Crawford like he touched. You guys are wishful thinking, Giovanni Walker, much love in that super chat. Y'all sound like, what's he going to do to stop it? What's he going to do? What's he going to do to stop it? You let me know. What's he going to do to stop it? That's what I want to know. What's he going to do to stop it? He's going to make an adjustment. He's going to figure him out. That's not a concrete answer for me to put my money there. I'm telling you what I think he needs to do. He's going to have to be able to hurt Errol. He's going to have to he either has to have a game where he can stand there with Errol and slip shots. Because I do not think for 12 rounds he's going to get out of a firefight. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of a firefight for 12 rounds. Don't think it. I don't think he's going to keep out of a firefight for 2 rounds. I think that's going to be a firefight. At a certain point in time, Bud is going to have to fight that man. He's going to have to sit down and start exchanging with that man. He had to do it. He did it with Ugas Kalvanakis. He had to step up when he was having difficulties boxing Ugas Kalvanakis. He stepped up and he went at Ugas Kalvanakis. And he attacked him. And he hit him with big shots and he hurt him. We'll see if he can do that, man. Quincy Carter said, never said Errol fights like Postal. That's obvious. I said if Bud uses that same style he used with him, it'll be problematic for EJ. Promise you that. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get to see. Blacksmith Ross in that super chat. Also, Crawford does lose rounds and he has weaknesses, but he does have way more power than Ugas. They both have weaknesses, and they're fighters who take punches better win, but Bud counters way better. I don't think Bud's a better counterpuncher at all. I don't think he's a better counterpuncher. Errol is counterpunching, constantly counterpunching. I don't know what y'all are. I don't know, man. I'm sometimes wondering about some of y'all, man. I don't think you can see what Errol's doing because he's doing so much of it. Errol is constantly counterpunching. Constantly counterpunching. If you throw a shot, he misses, he pivots, boom, boom, boom. He's counterpunching all night. I'm telling you, you guys underestimate Errol. I'm telling you, you all are. I'm not underestimating Bud because I'm pretty sure I know what can happen. If Errol cannot take that shot and Bud hits him with that big shot, Errol can hurt him. Bud can hurt him because Bud will hit anybody if he hits you with something like that. If he can set him up and get his hands to drop, if he can get his hands to move, or Errol Spence Jr. is not able to catch one of those shots, like just because that's his defense. This, and move forward. This, shifting off the side for the uppercut. He's going to stay off. He's going to stay off center. He'll block an uppercut like this. Stay off center. But anyway, we'll see, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, I think y'all are the ones underestimating. And you didn't say all of this. All of a sudden, the man sucks. What's going on, Beans Tails? Much love in that super chat, brother. I'm just telling you, that's a tough dude right there, man. All I'm saying is that is gonna be something, man. We'll see. Let me slide down here, man. My man Devin Weston. We only got Bud fans talking today. Said Devin Weston said now we got people saying Ugas was overrated. Hey, you knew that was gonna happen before. Mr. B said, Fanon, stop giving away strategy. I'm just telling you, man. Much love in that super chat, bro. What Errol need to look out for is that uppercut and them wide looping shots. He needs to look for them uppercuts and wide looping shots and stay in Terence Crawford's chest. That's what I'm telling you. And that southpaw stance, he's going to have to fight him in orthodox too. It's just going to be interesting. But, man, it'd be nice if we could see Keith No, let me get in here, man. Keith No said, again, anybody acting like this fight is easy for either fighter is not being real. I may think Errol can win, but Bud is talented and dangerous. No doubt. No doubt. I'm telling you, I got it about this point in time. I'm almost willing to say, but I got it at about 55-45. At about this point in time, dude, I think I got it about 55-40. Nah, I mean, it's just tough, man. It's tough. It's going to be a challenge for Bud, man, in that style. The basic fundamental style of the fight favors Errol. The basic fundamentals of that fight favor Errol. Terrence's mind is going to have to be something where he sees something. He's going to have to be Mikey Garcia for real and be able to see something, set something up with Errol that is obvious and big. And I mean obvious and big to be able to catch that dude and hurt him, man. Quincy Carter said, Bud hurt Kel with a jab. You think he can't hurt Errol? Man, get out of here. I don't think he can hurt him with a jab. No, Quincy Carter. Man, that dude quit. Man, Kell Brook quit. Kell Brook didn't want to get that eye socket broken. Kell Brook quit. You think he's gonna hurt him with a jab? Quincy, you my dude, man, but you think he's gonna hurt him with a jab? Okay, if he can hurt him with a jab, yes. No doubt about it. If Terence Crawford can hurt Errol Spence Jr. with a jab, absolutely, positively, no doubt about it, he can win that fight. I agree with that, bro. I agree with that. If he can hurt him with a jab, yeah, give me Terence all day if he can hurt him with a jab. Cecil Robinson said, I think some people in the chat are forgetting this was after a 14-month layoff. EJ is going to be sharper his next fight, especially if it's this year. Hey, man, it is. Much love in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat. No, that's not true. He has no, y'all, boy, it's amazing. Y'all just turned fighters to trash right away. But has Sean Porter got a jab or something? Y'all, man, y'all scared. I know what you are. Y'all are scared. Just fess it up. Y'all are a little bit scared. My man D-Boo in the building said, Spence is a thinker. The better IQ wins. Much love in that super chat. I'm telling you, I don't know if you can outthink a gorilla. Can you outthink a gorilla? And I mean that. Can you outthink a gorilla? You know, if you can get a gun, but if you're in the ring, can you outthink them? At a certain point in time, dog, raw force and consistency, dog, it chips away at you. It chips away at you. And I'm telling you, like I said, and I've said this about every time a Black American fighter fights a Mexican fighter. Remember, I say this and I mean this. If you have an A+ level Black American fighter, right? At the slick, I'm talking about at the pure boxing, like you guys like to say, pure boxing. I mean, staying on the outside, slipping shots, doing all that. The pure boxer, like Devin Haney. And I mean, the reason I'm calling him a pure boxer is because I'm saying I'll define it for myself because that's all he's doing. Like, as in he's only boxing you. Only boxing you. If you have a fighter that is only boxing you, not somebody that's gonna come forward at you, switch it up, walk you down, beat you up to the body. I'm talking about somebody that is purely a Roy Jones Jr., sitting on the outside, whap, 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 doing it like that, relying on his athleticism and speed. If he runs into the wrong Mexican, an A-plus level Mexican, that A-plus Mexican is going to beat that pure boxer. If that dude is slipping, if he is not an A-plus at that, I mean an A-plus. If he's A and that pressure guy's A, give me that A-level, give me that A-level fighter. For example, somebody like Prince Nassim Ahmed, somebody that fights on the outside, relying on his athleticism and his big power, all of that. Get in there with somebody that knows how to cut off that ring and get on the inside of you. All of a sudden, you see this guy getting beat up when you least expect it. See, and I'm telling you, it happens over and over and over again in boxing, where somebody that relies on their athleticism and their one-punch power winds up running up against a dude that is a metronome. Click, 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 click. They get beat up. That's why I'm telling you the style of it. The style of that come forward, that aggressive, body punching, in a southpaw to boot, that's a difficult match. That's why that's why that guy is whooping fools, man. That's why he's whooping fools. And that's why at any point in time he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr., that's going to be a difficult fight for Floyd. And I mean it. It is not surprising that Errol Spence Jr. went in there with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and gave Floyd Mayweather Jr. problems in his sparring, because Floyd is going to have to fight him. Because Floyd has excellent ability to stay on the outside. But at a certain point in time, especially when you get to be 34, 35 years old, Bud ain't 22 no more. He's not 23. He's not 26. He's almost 35. When you're 35 years old and you're having this guy cutting you off, dude, you're going to have to stay there and fight, man. I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy for Bud, man. Not going to be easy. Ty Vlogs Fitness said, Errol is the Tim Duncan of boxing. So fundamentally sound. He looks basic to the average viewer compared to a more flashy fighter like Bud. Oh, damn. I don't even... Much love in that super chat, brother. I don't get it. That's because I'm a Bernard Hopkins fan, though. I'm telling you, if Bernard Hopkins is the one that made me start looking for that stuff. Jay Watt said, Bud can't match Errol's work rate or inside game. Yeah, that's the tough part, man. Andre Williams said, much love in that super chat, brother. And my man, Andre Williams said, Bud fans are delusional, but don't buy his pay-per-view. Much love in that super chat. Now, real Bud fans know it's going to be a fight. Real Bud fans know that's going to be a fight. All these dudes got knocked off, dog. He knocked out everybody. And he's knocked off everybody. Errol knocked off everybody. Just understand that. Other than Bud, Errol's knocked off everybody. Only person he didn't fight was Keith Thurman. That's it. Everybody else, he knocked off in that weight class. That man did what he said he was going to do. It's time for y'all to get that man his respect. You fake, because these ain't Bud fans talking this. Not a lot of y'all anyway. The ones in the super chats for sure, I know y'all real fans. Q Lee said, Errol is the Tim Duncan as Bud is the Kevin Garnett. Look at these head to head and the big fundamental to athleticism. Much love in that super chat. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad comparison at all, man. That's not a bad comparison at all. Seti said, TV said, Errol does not stop throwing punches. Volume is insane, man. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't understand it, man. Yes, he can. Hey, Monica riding with Bud. He said, these Bud fans are funny, borderline delusional. Raymond Murphy in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat. Thank you for that support, man. Y'all make the channel go. Thank you so much. Let me slide down here, man. My man KP from KC. What's going on, man? Man, I only got my Kansas City on today. Said, Fanon, I'm so ready for this fight. I'm also sad that OG Kurt isn't here to give his take. Sleep well, OJ. Absolutely, man. Rest in peace to the great Curtis Anderson, man. RIP to the great Curtis Anderson. My man Anthony Britt in this channel. He said, I favor Bud, but the truth of the matter is that they're both great fighters, and this fight will boil down to who makes the better adjustments. And the real truth That's the real truth of the two great fighters. I agree 100%, Anthony Britt. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Much love in that super chat, brother. I agree 100%, man. Is this a black boxing channel? Is what you mean, man? Don't ask, is this a biased boxing channel? Man, shut up. Man, y'all are ridiculous. Anyway, Blacksmith Ross said, I back up light years with facts. Light years? Ugas undisputed, no. Bud undisputed, yes. Ugas KO power, no. Yes, he does. Bud higher KO, yeah, he does. Yes, Ugas better competition. No, about the same. About the same. He's got about the same level of competition as Bud. What do you mean? He beat Sean. Most people think he beat Sean Porter. Most people think he beat Sean Porter. He beat Manny Pacquiao. There you go. Those wins right there are as good as any wins that Bud has. Bud's best win is Sean Porter. Isn't it? Bud's best win is Sean Porter. Unless I'm missing something. He said, Bud, yes, easy to objective, if not fan of both. I'm telling you, he's not light years better than that man. He's better than that man. He's not light years better than that man. Errol is better than Ugas. He's not light years better than Ugas. Dude, you acting like Ugas is man, who? Like he's Cody Crowley or something. I mean, not even Cody Crowley. You acting like Ugas is Josecito Lopez or something. Come on, man. Ugas ain't no Josecito Lopez. Or not even Josecito Lopez. I mean, like, dang, you're acting like he's Chris Van Heerden or something. But ain't no, Yordenis Ugas is not Chris Van Heerden. Okay? He's not Chris Van Heerden. Man, you acting like the man's not, you acting like, man, Blacksmith Raj, you acting like he's not an elite welterweight. He's an elite welterweight. Everybody knows he's an elite welterweight. Have been saying he's an elite welterweight. He's a top 5 welterweight for sure, Ugas. And yeah, he lost early in his career, but guess what? So did Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins lost early in his career. The fact that you lose early in your career or you have a setback in your career for whatever reason doesn't mean, dude, that you can't turn out to be an excellent fighter. There are fighters not unknown in boxing for there to be fighters that really do come into their own a little bit later. But to say that Bud is light years better than Ugas is literally, man, you're comparing this man to Chris Van Heerden. Because he's light years better than Chris Van Heerden, but he's not light years better than Ugas. Ugas is, man, you act like Ugas is just a nobody, man. That's not fair to Ugas, man. Errol's not light years better than Ugas. Ugas gave, to the extent that he could, Ugas gave Errol a good fight. Errol was just too much for him, man. But you diminishing this man like that, man. Come on, man. Hey, Keith Knowles said, technically anybody could hurt somebody with a jab if you interrupt the fighter's forward attack movement, and it's not common. But Bruce Lee broke this down the way of intercepting the fist. That's what's up, Keith Nolan. Also, when you got 2 broken orbital bones, you also can hurt them even more easily when they've literally got a reconstructed face, like Kell Brook. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Be fair, man. Be fair to the man, bro. Ugas is not trash now. Justin Booker said Terence is more experienced, more knockouts, more consistent with the knockouts. I disagree with the more experienced. I think Errol, as far as the top level fighters, is probably a little bit more experienced because he just keeps taking cats belts. I think at the biggest stage, Errol is just as experienced. I mean, the dude has been doing it for years now, man. He's not inexperienced. He's 31 years old. He's a 3-belt title. He has 28 fights. The man is undefeated. The dude beat Sean Porter. He'd been in there against a former champion, a current champion at the time, and a 2-time former champion in Sean Porter. He's beaten Yordenis Ugas, who was a champion, who beat Manny Pacquiao. He beat Danny Garcia, who was a unified champion, at 140 pounds, a former WBC champion at 100. These guys are both experienced. It is an absolutely even matchup in that experience and all of that stuff. I'm telling you. Only thing is, I'm telling you, Errol ain't scared of Bud. And I'm not sure the last time anybody fought Bud that wasn't scared of him since Jose Benavidez. I think Jose Benavidez is the last dude to fight Bud that wasn't scared of him and didn't think they were losing that fight walking in the ring. And I believe that. I don't think any of those guys thought that they could beat Bud. None of them. I don't think anybody walked in there with the idea that they could win a fight against Bud. Now, I don't think that anybody walked in there I don't know if anybody walked in there with Errol except for maybe Ugas, thinking he had a legitimate chance to win that fight. So the question is going to be with these guys is when they're getting in there with rings with guys that really do believe that they can win. Because you can say what you want about Bud. Bud thinks he can beat Errol. I believe that 100%. So Bud is going to be coming to win that fight. He does not have a loss. Doesn't have one. Nobody else that these guys have fought have had no losses and have dominated and beat up everybody that they fought. But Errol Spence Jr. has beaten up everybody he's ever fought. Terence Crawford has beaten up everybody he's ever fought. And those guys are going to get in the ring and they're going to believe in themselves. And that's going to be the first time that either one of those guys have been in a situation where they both believe that they can win. Sean Porter, you can say what you want. Sean Porter didn't have any belief in his ability to beat Terence Crawford. You can hear it in his mouth before the fight, and you can hear that. You can see it during the fight. And you can see it by the way his dad threw in that towel. Andre Williams said, but Ugas, the same guy that Bud beat twice, that beat Bud twice, man, he beat him twice in the amateurs, man. So I'm not putting anything on that. When you beat a guy in the amateurs. Bud is the man, dog. Bud's the man. No joke. Bud is the man. This is for who the best fighter in the world is, in my opinion, between Terence Crawford and Errol. Who's the best fighter in the world? The guy that comes out of this fight with the win is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, period. Because they proved it. Any way you cut it. Melvin Jones said, Bud is a great fighter. Ugas is a great fighter. Fact remains both beat good, if not great fighters on the downside of their career. No doubt about it. No doubt. I don't think Ugas was on the downside of his career, though. I think Ugas was in his prime. Much love in that super chat. Ugas is in his prime, man. Without a doubt. Ugas is in his prime. Ugas was in his prime. Danny Garcia, I think, was on the downside. Kell Brook was in his prime for Errol. He was in his prime for Errol. The only thing bad about that is I really do hate that he was stupid enough to go up there and fight. That he was stupid enough to go fight Gennady Golovkin. I thought it's a shame that happened and Errol wasn't able to be the first person to beat him because he would have done the same thing to him. He'd have done the same thing to Kell Brook. Kell Brook wasn't going to win that fight, and Errol went over there to UK to do that against the champ. And so, but Bud went to go beat Ricky Burns, but that's Ricky Burns. It's Ricky Burns. It wasn't Kell Brook. Kell Brook's a better fighter than Ricky Burns, at least I believe. Said TV. Said Errol had a Mexican trainer in the past, which supports what you said earlier. Much love in that super chat, yeah. But Derek James is a great trainer. Derek, I'm telling you, ain't gonna break that down. Keith Nolan in the building. He said, number of knockouts don't always matter. How many KOs did Tyson have before he fought Douglas? A shitload. There are plenty of examples of fighter with mad KO fighting better competition and losing. Absolutely. And guys that figure out a way to take advantage of your weakness, which is the lack of preparation. The lack of preparation on your boy. My man, Sean Randolph in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that support. He said, a loss doesn't define a boxer's skills. That's why most of the great fighters are 2, 3, 4-time champions. Don't care for records. Styles make fights all day, Sean Randolph. Excellent comparison. Hey, but don't get mad at me. Hey, don't get mad at me, man, Blacksmith Ross. Don't get mad at me, Blacksmith Ross. TD Harden said, tell him haters you are the real Mr. Unbiased. Dude, I will tell you. For $2, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'm unbiased. because I am telling you what I think based on what I see. And I will be honest with you and tell you if I'm a fan of a fighter. However, I'm being very, very fair to both fighters, man. I'm not telling you at all, no way, shape, or form that Terence Crawford does not have the ability to win the fight. Terence Crawford is a very, very special fighter, man. And I still have him. I have him as my number share in the shared position for the co-number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world with Errol Spence Jr. Errol coming off an 18-month layoff, a car accident, and a torn retina to beat that dude's brains out like that shows you the mental strength of Errol Spence Jr. That is major mental strength. Hey, my man Blacksmith Ross said, hell yeah, Spence is light better. Oh, come on. Light years better than Ugas. Check the scorecards. Also, Ugas' broken face. Also, none of the athletic boxers can be compared to a 27-year-old prime Roy Jones. Can't beat that. Yeah, if he's Roy. If he's Roy, is Bud Roy? Is Bud Roy? And by the way, Bernard Hopkins gave Roy everything he could handle, man. Bernard Hopkins gave Roy everything he could handle early in their career. Don't lunch. Bernard Hopkins put that work in on Roy Jones Jr. Go watch Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins 1 when they first fought. Man, Bernard Hopkins was giving that. Hey, Bernard Hopkins gave that man a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And he wasn't even fully, he wasn't all the way Roy, he wasn't all the way Bernard at the time. And Roy's bigger than Bernard. That was Roy's first weight class or second weight class. Roy's bigger than Bernard. Quincy Carter said, a fan of both fighters, but y'all delusional if you think Errol gonna walk through Bud like Ugas. He lost to Amir Imam. Bud had better performance against Short. No, he did not. Porter hurt Errol a few times. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all be talking about how these people get hurt. Why don't his knee ever hit the ground? Why doesn't he ever buckle? Why did he ever buckle? Like I could see when that Ugas hit that clean shot on him that you could say he was hurt because he fell back. But man, the dude stops throwing punches. He'll get hit with a body shot and do this. Slip to the side like, oh, he got hurt. Man, y'all making it up. Man, stop that. Stop making that up, man. That man didn't get. Sean Porter put him a good fight because Sean Porter was trying to win. And Errol was trying to kill him. That's what was happening. Errol was trying to kill that man. That's what Errol was trying to do. And Sean Porter was trying to not get killed. And he was fighting a style. It was comfortable for Sean. Sean is a short fighter fighting a taller fighter on the inside. The height advantage goes to the shorter guy fighting on the inside as long as the taller guy isn't allowed to lean on top of his back. So that's what I thought happened in that fight. But guess what? Sean Porter lost that fight, dog. And Errol was having a fat camp and not a real training camp. We'll see. We'll see, though. George C. said it was good to see Charlo get out of his comfort zone. Yeah, dog. Oh, man, David Benavidez is a great fighter, man. But come on, man. David Benavidez, man. Look, dude, it's your fault, David. I don't need David Benavidez talking crap about nobody ducking him. Look, man, you blew your championship 2 times. Cry me a river, homie. Hey, Ty Vlogs Fitness said, Mikey, I see something Garcia said he will win. You know it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you think Mikey would have done last night? That's what I'm saying. Errol wasn't in shape, dude. He did not look anything like that against Mikey Garcia, dude. He was having them fat camps, and I believe him when he said he was having them fat camps. Errol is honest. He's honest. You can say what you want about him, but that dude is dead honest about things, man. Melvin Jones said, what I meant was both Porter and Manny were on the downside when they lost. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Hey, Melvin Jones, that ain't no lie. There ain't no doubt. Hey, Fahim Satori said, green beans knock Bud down. I'm telling you, man, that chin better not be suspect, brother. And that body better not be suspect. He got to be able to take it to the body, man. If he can't take it to the body, dog, it's going to be a hard night. If Errol gets defensively irresponsible, and allows Terence Crawford to land a clean left hook or right hook or jump in your chest type of uppercut, he can be in trouble. No doubt about it. Hey, my man Jamal Neezy in the building said, good morning, I'm a Bud fan. Are you saying EJ would have won against Bud even if the ring rust, if they had fought on the 16th? Am I saying that? I definitely didn't say that. Are you saying that Errol? I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know. If he would have fought yesterday, you're talking about the day before yesterday, if that Errol Spence Jr. fought Terence Crawford, I think Terence Crawford would have everything he can handle in that fight. And I would give the advantage to Errol. Yeah, man. Absolutely, positively, I could give the advantage to Errol. Because even the shots that he missed wide on the inside were in the inside. And he was out of position to get hit with that. And he tightened it up. I'm telling you, man, I'm favoring Errol to win, period. I'm favoring him to win, period. It's a tough fight I'm telling you, man, it's a tough fight for Bud, man. That's like Andre, let me tell you, man, it's like Chad Dawson, and y'all ain't gonna appreciate this comparison, but it's like Chad Dawson and Andre Ward. Like Chad Dawson and Andre Ward. Chad Dawson was an excellent fighter. Beat Bernard Hopkins twice. I think what did Bernard Hopkins fake something to get out of one loss against Chad Dawson? He's one of the top pound for pound fighters in the world, Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson was an excellent fighter, if you remember Chad Dawson. Bad Chad Dawson was a big puncher. He could fight on the outside. He's a big puncher, right? He had a problem, a very big problem with Andre Ward when Andre Ward was able to get on the inside against him. And he was able to touch that chin. Nobody knew that if you touched him with that chin like that he was going to get up out of there, like Andre Ward got him up out of there. No, Bud doesn't fight anything like Andre Ward. Stop that. Andre Ward is a killer. Bud does not fight anything like him. However, I'm not saying that Bud fights like Chad Dawson either. How I am saying, though, he relies on his reach. He relies upon catching dudes at the end of his punches, and he did not have that inside game. If Bud don't have that inside game, Terence Crawford, anybody ain't got that inside game that is catching you with big shots, good boxer from the outside, catching you, jumping on you like a Sergey Kovalev. Andre Ward got on the inside of them dudes, making them miss, gets on the inside very well. Boom, 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 boom. Starts wearing you down, starts hurting the bigger guy. When you rattle that cage. That's the word that he used. He used that rattle that cage. And what happens with Terence when Errol gets in there and rattles Terence's cage? I ain't scared of you. I'm just telling you, it's tough. Skills from New Orleans in the building said, King, salute on the highest. Shout out to you, my man, Skills from New Orleans in the building. And I'm just talking to you Bud fans. I'm talking to you Bud fans. Yeah, man, Dawson was extremely legitimate. So that's at that time, he was extremely legitimate fighter at that time. He was one of the top pound for pound fighters in the world. Bud Chad in his prime. He said Bud is Chad. I mean, he's nothing like Bud is nothing like Andre Ward. Daryl Scott said, I'm so hyped for this fight. May the best man win. Oh, dang, we get to talk about it, and these guys can shut up about us talking about it. Taking all the attention. Exciting the boxing world. You know what I mean? Pac dodged the bullet. Yeah, he would have got hurt, dog. He'd have knocked out. But he still would have had to fight Yordenis Ugas, though. He still would have had to fight Yordenis Ugas. My man, what's going on? Much love. What's going on? No Ortiz in the building. What's going on, man? Much love in that super chat, brother. He said two things. Crawford's style is way too slow for Spence's activity. Cruz's win this weekend makes Tank's performance look even better. Oh, yeah, it does. But I'll tell you what it does, though. Cruz's performance this week tells you right now Devin Haney is not a big puncher. I told you I was going to tell you this ahead of time, and I'm going to tell you right now. Everybody that is beating Yordenis Ugas, who is beating Yordenis Ugas, has knocked him out, except Devin Haney. Everybody that has beaten Jorge Linares has knocked out Jorge Linares except for Devin Haney. Devin Haney was given 2 punching bags to knock out and did not pull it off. So you just better know. Oh, Gamboa, excuse me. So you just better know. Do not tell me about that no more. If that power ain't coming, homie. Yeah, I mean Gamboa for sure. Gamboa, thank you. You know I'm old and fuck shit up. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, like, you know I messed stuff up. Just a fan said it's Team Crawford over here. That's what's up. But I don't have to hate on Errol. People need to be respectful of what we have here. These two both are Hall of Fames. Oh, yeah. They're in there now, dog. They're in there now, dog. They're in there for the $1 million pay-per-view fight. If they can't sell 1 million pay-per-views to this fight, man, something's wrong. This fight here if Terence can win this fight, Terence is the baddest man on the planet. Easy. Will definitely be the biggest. I don't know if Terence will be the biggest star though. However, because of where it is right now. But this dude right there, man, it's just he can write his own ticket after that. He can go off in the ring. Errol will be the biggest name in boxing if he pulls off this Terence Crawford fight. And I will dare anybody to say that man right there ain't the baddest man on the planet. Either one of those dudes ain't the baddest man on the planet if they beat either one of these guys. And I'm going to tell you it's a better win for either one of them than anybody has in boxing today. Mark my words. If Terence Crawford beats Errol Spence Jr., that is a better win than anybody has in the sport of boxing. If Errol Spence Jr. beats Terence Crawford, that is a better win than anybody has in the sport of boxing. Easily. Biggest, baddest dude in the sport. And I don't want to hear nothing about Canelo. And I mean it. It flushes Canelo from any of that talk about him being the best fighter in the world because he ain't taking on no challenges, nothing like that. And I don't want to hear about no Beterbiev. I don't want to hear nothing about no Bivol. I don't want to hear about none of that. If Terence Crawford beats Errol Spence Jr., you can get out of here 100% about Canelo being the best fighter in the world. If Errol Spence Jr. beats Terence Crawford, you can get out of here with any of those dudes, having done what that dude Errol Spence Jr. did to get to undisputed. That's being undisputed. Having to beat a number 1 or number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world to get it. Those guys right there, and if it's a battle and if it's a war and all of that, man, my God, y'all better get out of here, man. It's the fight of the century. It's the real fight of the century. Because it ain't too late. It ain't too late. It's right on time. John Boy, much love in that super chat. It's the opportunity that Anthony Joshua blew. You remember I'm telling you this. It is the opportunity that Anthony Joshua blew. It is the opportunity that Canelo Alvarez blew. Because he didn't beat Floyd. Canelo had that opportunity to be otherworldly. He blew it because he couldn't win the fight. In this case, either one of those dudes win that fight, it's over. It's just what it is. And I don't want to hear nothing about Canelo. And I mean it. Nothing about Canelo. He is the biggest name in boxing, and that is it. He's the biggest name, but he's not taking the challenges on like these dudes. He's not taking the challenge on like Errol is and Bud is. Because Bud is going to step in the ring with this killer. And this is something else. I wish y'all would you Bud fans need to give Errol, you were hurting Errol by Bud by acting like Errol's some nobody that got a glass jaw that everybody beats. That's a mistake you guys are making. If Bud beats Errol, he beat a monster. And that's what you guys need to be real about. Most of the conversations that I'm having with y'all are telling you, Errol, EJ versus Bud is going to be like Hopkins, Trinidad. That's a mismatch. You telling me you think it's going to be a mismatch, Joe Schmo? That fight was a mismatch. That fight was a mismatch. No doubt. It was a mismatch. It could be like maybe like Felix Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, until Oscar De La Hoya started running because he didn't want to get knocked out. That's the only time Oscar De La Hoya ever punked out. He punked out in that Felix Trinidad fight. Punked out. Because he didn't want to, because he knew it was coming. He's going to get knocked out. He's going to get stopped by that man. And he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran. He thought he basically was sticking and moving and jabbing and piling up rounds. And he thought he was ahead and he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran. During all the championship rounds, the entire second half of the fight. Not even Hearns Leonard. Nah. This is what I would tell you is, dude, okay, it's tough, man. I think, no, Hearns Leonard. There you go. Tommy Hearns Leonard. Exactly. Thomas the Hitman Hearns, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Absolutely, positively. Thomas the Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If Tommy the Hitman, and it's almost the same thing. If Tommy the Hitman Hearns didn't have a glass jaw, Tommy the Hitman Hearns wouldn't have made it, man. He said, nah, bro, I'm telling you, no, it's that fight. It's that fight. These dudes are monsters, man. They are clearly the best. Only thing that I'm saying is you got somebody else there out there in the wings. You do. You got Boots in the wings. You do. You got Boots sitting there staring at it. No joke. But Boots ain't on that stage yet. He ain't on that stage yet. When he gets on that stage, it's going to be trouble for them cats on that stage. But I'm telling you right now, you say y'all tripping. This fight is Hagler Hearns. No, it's not Hagler Hearns. Hagler was old. And Hearns was waiting. Hearns was waiting forever. I mean, and Sugar Ray Leonard was coming off some long layoff. No, this is Thomas Hitman Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard. When one guy's a star and the other guy's out there killing everybody. Sugar Ray Leonard was a bigger star than Sugar Ray Leonard was. I mean, than Spence was at the time. But still, it is what it is. It was a big star. It was a guy with a big name, a big star, in Sugar Ray Leonard taking on the guy that everybody thought was going to hurt him. Thomas the Hitman Hearns, who's knocking all kind of people out, doing people all kind of dirty. Really big, strong knockout artist. And the styles do not match up precisely. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you, I think the outcome's going to be the same, or the same need is going to be there. Sugar Ray Leonard is going to need a knockout to beat Tommy Hearns. But surprisingly, Tommy Hearns outboxed Sugar Ray Leonard. Was outboxing him. Jabbing, boom, jab, right hand, outboxing him. And Tommy Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard was like, man, I'm going to lose this fight if I don't go at him and go get him. So Sugar Ray Leonard went at Tommy Hearns and he hit him with something big. He's like, ooh, I got him. And brah, finished him. One of the best finishers in history. And I don't say the history, but one of the best finishers ever, Sugar Ray Leonard. This is that type of fight, man. It's that type of fight. This is a you're going to remember it your whole lifetime fight. Because I'm telling you, Errol Spence Jr. is going in there and kill that dude. That's a mean-ass dude right there, man. He's a nice, calm, but something ain't right in that man's head, man. He likes to hurt people, man. John Boy said, Friday, 9% of Bud fans had Ugas by upset by KO, but today Ugas is trash. Shake my head, stay consistent. You know what the deal is. You know what the dealio is. You know what the deal is. You know because they're not real Bud fans. Hey, John Boy, the cats doing that are not Bud fans. They're Errol haters. So going into it, Errol sucks. Coming out of it, Errol didn't accomplish anything. It's never going to change. Oh, but you see him get hit? Oh, my God, he got hit by an uppercut. Yeah, well, he's hurley buzzed. Man, stop it. You know what I mean? Mashar Muhammad said, I think this fight going to go exactly like Hearns Hagler. Bud is Hearns. Hey, man, it better be. Oh, you said Bud is Hearns? That Bud is going to outbox Errol until Errol catches up, till Errol catches up and knocks him out one shot? I don't know, man. I think that's the opposite because the size difference is pivoted the other way. But that's what's up. I appreciate that. I can appreciate that comparison. He said you could literally see that Errol is not afraid of boxer. Errol's just a maniac, man. Dude, when Errol, I'm telling you, this is something. When Errol said, look, man, I got over anxious because I've been out of the ring so long that I wasn't as patient as I could have been. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as patient as I should have been. Black Jaguar said, Fanon, let's hope we have fair judges. I have not seen the PBC have scorecards that are unfair. I've not seen that. PBC fights have typically had fair judges. If this was a situation where it was a top ranked card, I might say, yeah, I'm suspecting it. But I don't suspect it out of them. I really don't. Now, I'm sure it can happen. Like, hold on. Man, in fact, let me get back. Wasn't that fight with that WBA fight with Maestra and Fox? Yeah, that was a funny one. So let me take that back. Larry Gonzalez said, I hope it's a fight like Gotti versus Ward. Errol will kill that dude if he fights like that. He'll kill that dude if he fights like that. Kill him if he fights like that. That's a bad. That would be terrible, man. I don't want to see Bud get hurt like that, man. Because I don't believe Bud's chin's going to hold up to that many left hooks from Errol. He can't take shots like that. Like all of that stuff that Ugas was taking. You know what I'm saying? He says she asked, oh yeah, you're right. And O'Shaquie Foster. Shout out to O'Shaquie Foster in the building. I thought Ugas beat Porter. Yeah, it was close though. I don't think it was that bad a fight though. But Gary got robbed. Yeah, dude, Gary definitely got robbed. Now, what you might also want to say though is that Yordenis Ugas got a chin, and he got a lot of heart too. He ain't quitting. That dude came out to me like, man, this dude ain't quitting for nothing. Like Ugas wasn't going to quit for nothing. For nothing. Like he was getting murdered in there, man, and he wasn't quitting for nothing. Yeah, later Erica B said, I also thought Ugas beat Porter. Yeah, a lot of people thought that, man. A lot of people thought that. Larry B said, first, Leonard Hearns was a classic, but Hearns definitely won the second fight, in my opinion. Arguello Pryor was a barn burner. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That was a great fight, too. Right, Mike, right, yeah, he said, you're not going to need judges in the Crawford Spence fight. It's going to be answered in the ring. Hey, if it's going to get answered in the ring, I just tell you, this is a hell of a fight, man. This is real boxing right here. Real American boxing. American boxing is done. American boxing is done. You don't dominate anymore. We care about Vasily Lomachenko. Man, bring back American boxing with this fight. Too bad Anthony Joshua did not have the nuts to fight Deontay Wilder. What a shame. We could have had a fight like this with Deontay Wilder versus Tyson versus Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. What a shame we did not get that fight. Q with Davey Ben said, don't let Errol bring back Blu-ray with his nutritionist. Errol might stop Bud. Hey, man, I'm telling you, he looks a lot stronger. Now, will you guys at least agree that dude looked a lot stronger in that fight? Dog, that fight, it looked serious, man. That was a brutal assault by Spence. It was. He said, man, you gotta admit that man looked a lot better. Hey, y'all, give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds. Sorry about that. All right. He said Gary lost that fight. Nah, Gary didn't lose that fight, man. Oh, well, he lost it officially. Lost it. I'll do that to be consistent. But nah, dude, I ain't waiting on that at all. Monica said, I'm waiting on your thoughts. What are you talking? Monica, you got to put that in there again, or put it in a super chat, Monica, because if I can't see it, I can't see it. We got a lot of chats coming through today. He who greets with fire said, Buzz Timber will have him running into shots from Spence. Man, I'm telling you, man, he better not exchange, bro. You better put that exchange mode into rest, is what I'll say. You know what I'm saying? You better, hey, John, Justin Jonas said you forgot my super chat. My bad. Let me roll back up. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know, man. That's my bad. Okay, Justin Jonas said, you saying the PBC hadn't had robberies? Yes, they did. I corrected myself, Justin Jonas. Yes, they have. You also think Gary won against Magsayo? I do think so. Yeah, I do. But he won the card. That shows you're truly biased, moron. No, it doesn't. It means that you're rude. But first of all, I immediately corrected that. And I said, what I said was I wasn't as worried about them. But then, do you know what I said, Justin Jonas? I said, you know what? Let me think about that for a second. I'm wrong. Because Maestra versus what's his name was a robbery. And then I said, okay, you're right. Oshaki Foster was that situation was Oshaki Foster. And I thought to myself, you know, it really is the sanctioning bodies. It's not the television network that's doing that. So unlike you, idiot, I can say something and then stop, think about it and say, you know what? That's not right. Okay. Now, second, I also thought Gary won the fight. I thought that he won enough rounds to win that fight. Yes, I did. However, you idiot, and you're the same idiot that always does this. The scorecards were 115, 113. There was only one round separating them in a split decision, idiot. One of the judges thought Gary Russell Jr. won the fight. So it would not be being biased. I would be agreeing with one judge who also agreed with me. I'm also very, very reasonable in saying that the judges called it what the judges called it, and it is definitely a loss. You know, I appreciate your money, though. You're the same idiot, though. Always desperate, man, for your shine, huh? Desperate. Will pay to get your name read. He paid attention to me. Hey, like I said, call dude an idiot. I mean, it's silly. It's silly. I literally right after that said, know what, you're right. I don't have a problem saying that I was wrong. That's not right. There have been robberies on the PBC cards. There has been, without a doubt. And that's my bad. And I corrected it immediately. Boxing Guy said, but thanks I appreciate that super chat, brother. Thank you. Said, how you pay a dude to call him a moron? It's the same guy. He's like a stalker, man. The guy's a stalker. That proves you're biased. No, it doesn't. First of all, it doesn't even prove bias. I could just be wrong. Doesn't mean I'm biased. I could be wrong. And I admitted I was wrong. So there you go. What does that make me now? I'm no longer biased because I admitted I'm wrong? Or maybe that's just what I thought off of the incomplete thought process that I had at the time. Anyway, man, y'all are really funny. He didn't need it. Yeah, man, it's him. It's the same dude. He always does it. Said, it's not your bias. You're allowed to have a favorite fighter. I mean, dude, to be biased means you're unfair. And it's not unfair to think Gary Russell Jr. won that fight because Mark Magsayo didn't do anything but throw a lot of punches that missed. And Gary Russell Jr. with a one hand continued to counter punch and land one hand on that dude all night. Okay. To me, it was a one-handed victory by Gary Russell Jr. However, Mark Magsayo won the belt. He's going to hold it for exactly through his next fight with Ray Vargas. And then Vargas is going to be the champion. And that's it. Because he's about to lose to Ray Vargas in his very next fight. Charles Young says, salute, Martin. After that mouthpiece incident, Spence turned into Balrog from off Street Fighter. Man down, dude. Right away, bro. Right away. But anyway, much love in that super chat, Charles Young. Thank you for that support, man. Thank you for that support. Man, Jamaica's trying to tell man, what Jamaicans you know with all that endurance, man? Man, they get at Texas. He claims Texas, man. He don't claim Jamaican. He don't claim Jamaica. He claims Texas. His mama from Texas. He was born in New York, wasn't he? Something like that. Anyway, Rudy B said the King of Dallas will be overpaying Lil Bud if he gave him 50 split. It ain't happening because he doesn't bring anything to the table like other popular fighters like, hey man, he brings something to the table though. He brings something to the table, man. His dad had the Jamaican flag. Stoner Bars, his dad had the Jamaican flag because his dad is Jamaican. His dad is rocking that flag. Come on, man. His dad rocks that flag. We ain't giving, you not taking Errol Spence Jr. and handing him to Jamaica. You're not taking him to the home. You're not taking him to the home of Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? You don't try to act like Dillian White. Don't act like Dillian White, like Errol Spence and Dillian White are from the same place. You better get out of here, man. You better not try to do that, bro. They get partial credit. His roots are in the United States. His roots is in the United States. Come on, man. Don't be trying to steal him to Jamaica. You know that man, girl. You know that man. He don't sound like he's Jamaican. He don't speak. I never heard him speak patois. But no, in the real low, whatever, man. His daddy's from Jamaica, so rock out Jamaica. Hey, man, rock out Jamaica. You guys can talk that smack. No worries, man. Make sure you guys go do that. Hey, hold on one second, man. My man in a Cash App, my man, Mr. Kinzer in the Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for your support. Sorry to be so late in reading that. I slack sometimes on the Cash Apps. Thank you, brother, so much for your support. My man, the cold one said, Bud, footwork will be the difference. Yeah, dog, he better have excellent footwork. Excellent footwork. Excellent footwork. And my man, Cordero Allen says, Spence beats people at their Spence beats people at their game. The man is great. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Allen in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much, brother, for that support. Big time support means a lot. Thank you. If I said pause, I don't know what I said pause worthy, but if I said something pause worthy, pause. I ain't got a problem pausing it. Pause it up. Hey, Dwala, because that what happened, you know you don't want. Dog, I'm trying to tell you, why would you want to fight Errol Spence? Keith Thurman was not stupid. Keith Thurman is a lot. Hey, you can say what you want about Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is not stupid. You saw why Keith Thurman did not want, well, Keith Thurman was like, nah, I'm not fighting him anytime soon. Keith Thurman, he said, mama from Rhode Island, daddy from Jamaica. Absolutely, no doubt about it. I know what it is. Hey, no bad vibes, man. What's going on, brother? He said, big bro, how come some of us leave money in even numbers like 5 and 10? Some leave $4.99 with 99. Why is that? I got OCD, man. I don't know, to make it stand out or something. All you got to do is type it in if you want to do the 99. I don't know, man. I don't know why cats do that. I appreciate it anyway it goes, though. No bad vibes. Much love in that super chat, brother. And you give some consistent support. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it, man. Let me slide down here, man. My man Cam1 in the building said Derrick James is the X factor. I think his game plan is going to be superb. Yeah, he's definitely an X factor, no doubt about it. Much love in that super chat, Cam1 in the building. Thank you. Much love in that super chat, brother. And my man, no bad vibes, the Jen said, is there a meaning to that? No, I don't think there's a meaning to it. I think cats just like to do it. They just type $9.99. Cats do $1.99, $2.99s. I appreciate that change, though. Justin Johannes said, Fanon, your whole chat knows you're a clown for the PBC. You, for some reason, I'm sorry, I can't read the rest of that, dog. Oh, let me read it to you. The same dude again. The whole chat, no, the whole chat doesn't know that. You, for some reason, like promotional companies. I don't like any promotional companies, especially white-owned. You, for some reason, like promotional companies, especially white-owned black companies, which makes you biased. You're an idiot. God dog, man. I mean, dude, why would you pay $5? Why would you pay $5 to look like an idiot? I have no clue about you, man. John Boy in that super chat said iPhone only gives you options of $4.99, $9.99, and $19.99. Oh, is that what it is? Hey, I didn't know what that was, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. Oh, he said that's how it is on my phone. Oh, because you got the iPhone. Man, so iPhone's a penny pincher, huh? Of course it is, man. Of course it is. That means you're biased. The dude will not pick up a dictionary and read the definition of biased. White-owned black promotion. Now they're white-owned black promotional companies. If you are white-owned, how are you a black promotional company? If you are a white-owned, how are you a black promotional company? That's like saying a white-owned black basketball team. No. If the promotional company is owned by white people, you idiot, it's a white-owned promotional company. And I don't even know what is the promotional company at that, you idiot. The PBC's not even a promotional company, man. Man, Kevin Hill says Spence will walk through Crawford the same way Duran walked through Leonard in their first fight. Oh, he didn't walk through that man now. Much love in that super chat, brother. Kevin Hill, he didn't walk through that man in that fight. He won that fight, but he didn't walk through him. Leonard just fought a stupid fight. Leonard fought a stupid fight. A stupid fight. And should have fought that way, and they did in the second fight. In the first one, anyway, it cut, man. But honestly, man, they say the same way BET is black entertainment television. Look, man, first of all, like I said, that is not black. That's not a black channel. That is a piece of trash owned by somebody trying to poison the mind of black people. Anyway, he who greets with fire said Bud isn't more technical than Spence. I don't think he is as technical as Spence, in my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. But I will tell you, man, these dudes that were in that ring with that dude be telling you, man, like, look, man, nah, dog. Errol's something different. The only person I'm saying you cannot listen to, like, take his word straight on that subject is Sean Porter. Yeah, it was. Nobody watches that trash. That's just trash, man. That ain't nothing but trash. 100% pure trash, bro. Say Spence will see what it's like to face a truly skilled hunter in the ring. Bud by knockout, not TKO by knockout. Yeah, you tripping now. Oh, I know that's all right, Fahim. I figured, you know what I mean. I got you, Fahim. Look, man, we'll see. All I'm telling you is y'all better. And guess what's gonna happen with y'all same people? I'm gonna tell you ahead of time what you're gonna do. If Errol beats up Terence Crawford, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. If Errol Spence Jr. beats Terence Crawford, right, and beats him convincingly, right, you're gonna say Bud is a blown up lightweight, and it doesn't count. Already gonna tell you what you're gonna do. Oh, idiot! I'm picking a black guy in the fight. Am I biased? Hey, idiot! Put $5 in the chat and let me know something. No, actually, I don't even take. I appreciate. Hey, Mr. Beating Up said my super chat isn't getting read. Hold on one second. My bad. If I missed you, give me 1 second. Give me one. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button for me, though. I'd greatly appreciate it. Hold on. Let me go. And I'm going to look to see. I'm sorry. I thought I read everyone, but if I didn't, let me slow down. Nah, man, your super chat didn't go through. Oh, there it is. My bad. Mr. B Lee Nope said, have Bud fans ever thought about the possibility of EJ treating these last few fights as tune-ups against Bud, man? Hey, nah, because there wasn't no tune-ups, man. I'm sorry, that chat was way back there. Sorry about that, man. My apologies for missing your super chat. Nah, that ain't no tune-ups, man. Those are legitimate fights. He's snatching belts. He's snatching belts, man. And he fought Danny Garcia coming right off of a car accident and beat Danny Garcia. I'm telling you, man, y'all underestimating Errol Spence Jr. is mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling to me. How you can call how a man, he said, 1K in here is lit for 9. Yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, though, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Damon Gray said, I'm a huge Errol fan, but I believe this was his sloppiest fight. Granted, he did come off of a layoff. What you think? Oh, in the beginning of the fight, yeah. I can see that in the beginning of the fight. like how he was over swinging, yeah, but he tightened it up in the second half. I think he got his timing, he got his patience together more, and I think he was definitely very anxious. However, man, he was very aggressive. It's his most aggressive I've seen him in a long time. So for me, I just thought the man was being really aggressive. But I do believe, yeah, absolutely, in that first, like the way he was missing with those big right hands and Ugas was dipping underneath him, yeah. I thought some of that stuff was kind of off. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. I thought it was. But I wouldn't say it's sloppy. I think it was aggressive. Very aggressive. But he cleaned it up. Easy, man. Oh, he said it's the Wilder effect. Errol's too black. I just wanted to know if I was being racist because I think Errol Spence, a black guy, is going to beat Terence Crawford. I just wonder if that makes me racist and biased against black people. Like, hey, man, Larry B said, for 9, I believe the narrative will be Spence aged Bud out if he loses. Oh, I'm sorry, Larry B. That will be another one, too. He aged him out, and he was too small. That's right. You are 100% right, Larry B. Absolute. Hey, much love in that super chat, brother. I stand corrected. He aged him out. He waited too long. If it was 3 years earlier when the fight should have happened originally, all of that stuff, man. He said there's always they always have something, no matter who Errol beats for. No doubt about it, man. But at the same time, bro. He said appreciate everybody that's just subbed. Much respect and big salute to Fanon, the OG, for the support of all y'all. Greatly appreciate. Hey, no worries, Just Do Boxing. No worries, Just Do Boxing. Mickey Murray said, I'm a fan of both. I love Errol, but Bud really looks different to me. He throws punches and is accurate when he's aggressive. He knocks you out where Errol is aggressive. He beats you up. Yeah, he does. Man, the thing, all I'm going to tell you is this, man. Like, y'all better hope them knockouts ain't no illusion. What's going on, John Page in the building? What's going on, man? Hey, John Page, who you got, Errol or Bud? I need to know what John Page thinks. John Page, who you got, Errol or Bud? Bark Matt said, boxing is based off skills. Yeah, it is, and Errol is very skilled. He's very skilled. Very skilled. Terence Crawford is very skilled. I think you guys underestimate Errol's skill set. Y'all don't want to listen about what? Glad it got brought. Oh, that's not me. Fanon, when the King of Dallas beats up Lil Bud, they're going to say Bud was a senior citizen. Yeah, I think you're about right, man. I think you're about right. No doubt. What's going on, Be Easy? I think you're about right, man. I think they're not, but let me tell you, do not underestimate Bud, because Bud ain't Ugas. I will definitely agree with my man Blacksmith Roz on that, man. Hey, Fahim Sator said they are an illusion. He knocked out a bunch of tomato cans. I mean, they were in their tomato can phase. They were definitely in their tomato can phase. I will tell you that. They were definitely in the tomato can phase of life. I don't want to call Sean Porter a tomato can, but I just hate that stoppage, man. I really do hate that stoppage, dog. I hate that Sean Porter stoppage because it wasn't a real stoppage. Like, you see how what Errol had to do to get Yordenis Ugas? They had to pull in a doctor. Yordenis Ugas was hit way more. Hey, Phil Sloan said, you missed my super chat yesterday and today. Phil Sloan, did I? God dang, man. Phil Sloan, hold on, man. I'm going to go get him, Phil Sloan. You better believe this, Phil Sloan. I ain't in the business of messing over people's super chat, brother. If you tell me I missed you, I missed you. But I know I've read your super chats, man. I know I read some super chats from you, Phil Sloan. I don't think I missed all of them. Phil Sloan, man, I got to go down here, Phil Sloan. Hey, man, put it in the chat again, man. Put it in the chat again, Phil, because I just rolled back down, and it's obviously a ways back in this list. Man, it just didn't register, Phil. My bad, man. Yeah, because I'm not on yet. Yeah, I'm back on yesterday, brother. I didn't see you. Hey, man, put your comment in the comment section, man. I'll get you, Phil Sloan. I'll keep an eye out. I'll make sure I'll read your next 5 comments, Phil. Make sure, and I'll put them on the screen and everything. Phil, make sure you leave a comment. I'll read 5 comments from you, Phil. Monty Bean said, I'm rocking with my man with Man Down Promotions all day, bro. Much love in that super chat. Hey, I hate Frank. I hate Frank Martin didn't get on that card. I would have thought that would have been good for Frank Martin to get on that card. Hey, Jeffrey Brooks said, I don't care how skilled Errol is. Bud is man down, knockout artist each and every time. And Spence is no exception to being a victim. Man, I think y'all are nuts if you think that man is going to knock out Terence, Errol. Like, I ain't going to lie, man. I just think, hey, man, put your comment in the comment section, man, Mr. Sloan, because I know I got you. I know I got him. You may just be behind on the chat or something like that. I know I saw him. After seeing what Errol did to Danny and Ugas after long layoffs, Bud better be careful. Yeah, no doubt, man. Bud sees that, man. They all saw that, man. Those guys weren't thinking that. They knew that. They thought he was going to win that fight, but they didn't see that coming. They didn't see a broken face, man. When he's breaking faces, Errol, he's breaking faces. He said, Fanon, you got a lot of super chats coming through, but you good, bro. Good content, my bad. But I'm right here. I'm seeing them as they come through. Sometimes if I can walk away and it pops up, then I'll miss them. But that's my bad, man. I'm watching them. I'm definitely at the end of the chat, man. Timbo said you missed it. Put your comment in the comment section, man. That disturbs me, man. I definitely don't want to miss anybody's super chat because I read that bozo super chat. I read a bozo super chat, so you know I ain't gonna try to miss you, Mr. Sloan. Make sure y'all get that. Make sure you do it, man. Put your comment in the comment section again. I'm staring at it intently, man. All the Ugas fans now jumping on Buzz Train. I'm telling you, Ugas didn't have fans. Terence Crawford does not have the fans that you think Terence has. The guys that leave super chats in the comment section, those are Bud fans. We got real Bud fans for sure. Real Bud fans ain't silly and say little, like, really ridiculous things. But it is what it is, man. You break the dude is breaking bones, man. Breaking bones. You can't tell me that man can't punch if he's breaking your bones. Okay? If he breaks your bones, if he breaks your nose, he breaks your rib, and he breaks your eye socket. Do not tell me that man cannot punch. Okay? Do not tell me he's breaking your face that the man cannot punch. And those punches ain't hurting. Okay? Please. If he breaks your face, that shit was hurting. Okay? It's hurting. You know what I mean? He said, I don't care what anybody says. Spence didn't best Ugas. He punished him very badly. Yeah, it was terrible, man. I was feeling sorry for Ugas. I was wondering why these guys don't stop that fight before his career got ruined. Because you could see at certain points in times he was hitting him with stuff where he was wincing in pain. But you punch on something long enough, it'll break. You punch somebody right here, like, you may not break it the first time, but if you punch somebody right there 15, 20 times, you know, you may actually break on you. You know what I mean? You may not break somebody's leg the first time. You may not break, you hit somebody with a bat on the leg, on the femur, you know, you may not break it the first time, but if you hit it a bunch of times, that shit'll crack. You know what I mean? It'll crack. Little micro fractures add up to a break. Quincy Carter in that super chat, brother. Much love. He said, Errol recovers quick when he hurts, then fights harder. Yeah, he does. But I think he sucker punched him, man. That was kind of like, that was a little low on the part of that was a little bit low and dirty on the part of Ugas, man. That's a little bit dirty on Ugas's part to do that. And I think that is a fair thing to say. Ugas knew there was a break, man. He saw the break. He saw the mouthpiece come out. He saw the ref step in, and he still threw that punch. I thought that was a little bit dirty on him, man. You know? Floyd did that to Ortiz. Yeah, he did. And it was a little bit, it wasn't illegal. It was dirt. Oh, no. I don't think that was the same situation because the man didn't call break. He stood there and was like, tried to kiss him. And there was no break at all. He literally just walked up, tried to kiss him, and back up with his hands down like this. And then guess what? Yeah, dirty but fair. That's fair. Dirty but fair. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, he wasn't playing. I know he wish he could get that shot back. Give me that one more time. John Boy said, cause the over-under the fight was 10.5 rounds, and the ref waited until 1 minute 28 seconds to stop the fight. He said, because that's less than half. He needed a 20 say, he needed 20 more, man. Or what's 10 and a half? No, 10 and a half rounds 10 and a half rounds is in the 11th round. 10 and a half rounds in the 11th round. I would have taken the over on that, man. I would have taken the over on that. I'm glad I didn't lose my money on that. T, much love in that super chat, brother. Let me see. Said S1 Dub said, if I was getting beat up like Ugas, I would have sucker punched him too. Yeah, he was getting done. Dirty but fair. You got to keep your hands up at all times if you Errol, though. Yeah, no doubt, Snoop. You 100% right, man. Tim Boone said John Boy's a huge supporter for 9. Yeah, I didn't miss John Boy. Yeah, John Boy's my dude. What did I do? Dude, come on, man. I don't miss John Boy stuff, man. That's my guy, John Boy. I know who John Boy is. Much love, John Boy. Even on the radio. Much love in that super chat, brother. I know who John Boy is. Of course, you ain't got to tell me that. I know what John Boy is. I don't mean be funky about it. If I sounded funny, excuse me, man. Spence chipped him after that, clipped him after that, chipped him after that. Yeah, dog. I don't know if he called it or not, Miss Aisha, to be honest with you. I don't know if he called it or not. Errol said Errol thought that he called a break, but it doesn't matter. He should have been defending himself for sure. He should have protected himself and saw that coming. Jeffrey Brooks said, if you let my mother repeatedly hit you in the eye over and over again, it's going to break. Ugas, just like Mikey, stood around like a punching bag. Come on, man. Y'all acting like that, man. Like everybody makes punching bags out of him. Like, why wasn't he a punching bag for everybody else? And I mean this is a serious question, Jeffrey Brooks. Much love in that super chat, Jeffrey. Let me ask you a question. Why isn't he a punching bag for everybody else? Why wasn't he a punching bag for everybody else? And only a punching bag for Errol? Have you seen Ugas be a punching bag for anybody else? Maybe it's something about Errol that made him a punching bag. You think? Maybe it's something about Errol that made him a punching bag. Kind of like, do you know what they used to say about Floyd? They used to say, well, the guy he just didn't let his hands go against Floyd. He just didn't let his hands go out against Floyd. Floyd's not that big a deal. He's not that good. They just don't let their hands go against him. He just was standing there. He wouldn't let his hands go. If he would just let his hands go more, he'd beat Floyd. Well, why is it that people are always keeping their hands still when they're fighting Floyd? You ever notice that? Or did you notice that during his career? My man, he who greets with fire, said, what do you think about Thurman versus Ugas? Can you break that down? I think Ugas' career is over. Much love in that super chat. I think his career is a wrap. I think it's a wrap for Ugas. I think Ugas should have thrown that towel in rounds earlier, is what I think. I think it's a wrap for Ugas. And whatever you see happen next with Ugas, I don't want to hear about somebody knocking out Ugas quicker than Errol did. Because Ugas took all that punishment with Errol, and that punishment is not going to go away. You are not going to undent that can. That's the same thing. That's the same thing for Kell Brook. You cannot. Errol Spence Jr. damaged Kell Brook. Damaged him. Right? You can't undent that. Errol Spence Jr. damaged Sean Porter. You can't, when you only have so many wars in you, only so many wars, there's only so many wars that people have in them. You know what I'm saying? Only so many wars that they have in them. So right now, my opinion is that Ugas is not going to be the same fighter. Just like Sean Porter was not the same fighter. After he fought Errol, he didn't look like the same fighter in the fight after Errol. Had a terrible fight. Looked terrible in the fight after Errol. Matter of fact, let me look at something real quick. Matter of fact, Sean Porter fought, who was it? Fought Sebastian Formella and looked terrible against Sebastian Formella. Well, he won every round, but he didn't look good against Formella. He didn't look good against that guy. In that fight, he didn't look good. My man, Preston Spears, said that this could have gotten hurt real bad. Glad they stopped it. Man down is trap season. Absolutely, bro. I like that brutal style, though. You know? And my man, Robin Turner, much love in that super chat, brother. Again, he said, Ugas stop throwing punches. Stop acting like Errol was in a war. Robin Turner, why did he say, you got to pick your poison. Did Errol Spence Jr. look sloppy and get hit with uppercuts and get hurt? Or did Ugas stop throwing punches? Why did he stop throwing punches? Is the question. Why? Why did he stop throwing punches? You think he just decided to stop throwing punches? Like, yeah, let me stop punching. I want Errol to continue to beat on me. Let me just do that for no reason. Come on, Ramen. Be fair, man. Be fair. Analyze it. If the guy wasn't throwing punches, there was a reason he wasn't throwing punches. And guess what? Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Bud stops throwing punches. And he said, well, he just wouldn't throw punches. Remy Yogan said, broken ribs will do that to you. Yeah, broken ribs will do that to you. Have you? Oh, that hurts a lot. John Boy said, Ugas dropped that guard, those punches coming straight through that. Drop. Oh, yeah. He wasn't going to drop it. He wasn't going because he's getting hit constantly, man. I'm telling you, that work rate is something. My man, the Clement family said, Spence punished Ugas after a 15-month layoff. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And it was a beautiful fight. My man, hey, man, Jeffrey Brooks said, okay, so Errol was the reason why Ugas couldn't move around. This Bud fight can't come quick enough. Yes, man, he was the reason he couldn't move around. He took 500 body shots. 500 body shots will take your legs away. Don't you have body shots take your legs away from you. So you're not able to move as well when you take a lot of body shots. Absolutely, it wears you down. And he was hitting with body shots consistently from the beginning of the fight, man. I think he may have been bruised. What do you think? And on top of it, hip shots. Hey, when I say Ugas took that shot at him, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, Errol took some. Hey, Errol wasn't fighting. Errol ain't above a few dirty tactics his dang self. I swear, man, that dude hit that man on that hip about him. I think I saw about a good solid 6 hip shots. And 4 hip shots at least. 4 real solid shots on the hip. And on both hips. So he was giving him hip shots too. That stuff counts, man. I'm telling you, man. He said Money in the Bank paid off big time. I'm telling you, man, that body shot, Bud is going to have to keep that dude off his body. That's for sure. My man, Brother Root said, I hear you, Fanon. Ugas a late bloomer. I see Hopkins in him. He just might be back in the near future. He's probably going to seen as a stepping stone. Yeah, I don't even see it, man. I'm going to tell you. Oh, yeah, he was bipping his ass in the head, too. Oh, yeah, he was definitely in there, dog. He was definitely roughing his ass up. Definitely going to rough him up. Definitely roughing him up, man. Well, we'll see, man. He said, how stupid are these people for dumb as they come? Hey, some of them, cats are Bud fans. That's what you're supposed to do. But I'm going to tell you, if I could do the same thing if everybody was discounting Bud like that. But I'm not going to do that, man. Fanon, EJ said before, if Ugas stand in front of him, God bless him. Yeah. Hey, if he bless him, if he stands in front of him, God bless him. Ugas said he was going to do that too. Ugas said he's going to fight him there. He said he's going to fight him there. Y'all saluting dirty punches and low blows now. Hey, man, look. Dirty punches and low blows, hey, man, them hip shots, I'm just telling you they were there. That's all I'm saying. And they will wear on you too. But yeah, hey, dog, he ain't above it. Bud ain't above it either. Dude, Bud ain't above hitting somebody on the back of the head. Come on, man. Bud will loop around you and hit you on the back of the head. Believe it. These dudes ain't virgin. These ain't virgin boxers out here, man. Hey, Preston Spears says Spence was too much for him. He tried, man. Spence told y'all it's strap season. When they gonna listen? Oh, I don't know. He's still ducking. He ducked his way. He ducked his way to undisputed. He said it's a fight. That's what I'm talking about. It's a fight, dog. Them dudes gonna fight, man. That's a real fight, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It's a real fight, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for the support, bro. Body shots will curl the biggest dude bodies. Yeah, it will. especially if you get hit with them that much, man. Bud can't do that, dog. A native back faculty conversation said, yeah, I noticed some hip shots myself. Oh, dog, he would have made Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward proud with them hip shots. He would have made him proud, dog. Would have made him proud, dog. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm talking about these dudes is fighting, man. All these dudes will hit you with something funny. You know what I mean? That's what Deontay Wilder needs to learn to do. Like to purposely hook around somebody's head and hit him with that. Ugas was hitting him in the back of the head, aiming for right here, dog. And if it missed, he hit him in the back of the head. He had no problem with that. He had no problem with that at all, man. Jeffrey Brooks, much love in that super chat, Jeffrey. He said, Bud needs to worry about the body shots just like Errol needs to worry about the mid-range shot plus good ring IQ. No doubt. He definitely got to worry about the mid-range shots. Definitely got to worry about the mid-range shots. No doubt. Much love in that super. That's why Errol come in like this. That's why Errol come in like this. Errol comes ready for the mid-range shots. He boxes and parries the mid-range shots, man. But we're going to love it, man. It's going to be good stuff, man. It's going to be good stuff. But look, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody in the super chat. Thank y'all so much for supporting. You know we're going to be back tomorrow with another good show. If y'all ain't subscribed, subscribe. Hit that bell icon on the way out if you're not getting the notifications for the videos. And also, man, make sure you hit that like. With that, I'm going to bounce. You never heard a Bud fan saying what? I heard Bud fans say a lot. Hold on, let me pause that one. You never heard a Bud fan saying way to go on that versus Kent. Man, please. I didn't say way to go on it this time. I'm just telling you it was there. Hey, Priest Dudley, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. But look, I'm out. Deuces.